We're instilling a different work ethic and a different attitude around here.
Chemistry is definitely molding.
Play for your brother to your left and your right.
And reinforcing the culture here because I know this program has been very good over the years.
Goals for the 2025 season for this team?
Win.
There's not another team in the country that's out here doing this right now. This is your opportunity to get to know, to build bonds with, and build trust with your brothers to your left and right. 1, 2, 3, out! Do whatever your teammates need to make sure that we accomplish the mission.
I think there's enough talent here to really surprise some people if we come together as a football team.
I'm not going to let this team be average. I'm not going to let it happen. Dig deep, man. It's mental toughness to make yourself go when you don't think you can go.
Acrisure Bounce House, it's a pleasure to have your company tonight. I'm your host, Edgar Rodriguez, and on behalf of UCF Athletics, the Nicholson School of Communication and Media, and the Hitting the Field Network, we welcome you to our very first football pregame show of the 2025 season as your UCF Knights take on the current CUSA champions, Jacksonville State Gamecocks, and your Knights will also be looking for their 300th win in program history. It's going to be a fun one. And joining me to do just that, it's UCF legendary running back, first team All-AAC in 2017, Adrian Killens Jr. Welcome back to the Bounce House, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. No place I'd rather be on a Thursday night at the Bounce House.
And also, we can't forget to mention, we'll be live all 7 home games 30 minutes before kickoff to preview and hype, right?
Yes, sir.
Brilliant season of UCF football. It's going to be fun in 2025, Adrian, but it's great to have your company as well. So before we do anything else, two words describe the 2025 offseason for the Knights, and those 2 words are big changes. And we're going to send it over now to HGF's very own Kathleen Moore, who has more on those developments both on and off the field. Take it away.
This is Kathleen Moore with ESPN Plus and the Nicholson School of Communication and Media. With classes just underway for students, our UCF student athletes are 1, settling into Orlando, and 2, making final preparations for game day. Today, I'm here at the former FBC Mortgage Stadium and now known as the Acrisure Bounce House. As you can see behind me, production is already underway for the new Roth Tower. This is just a few of many new initiatives coming to the UCF athletic program this offseason. Our team was lucky enough to sit down with Athletic Director Terry Mahajer as he got to share a couple of his favorites of the new initiatives. Let's take a look.
I think people will see, as a whole, will see when they come onto campus for our first game, you'll see a lot of new construction. You'll see the shell of the new Roth Tower going up. That'll be ready for fall of 26. And bringing back Coach Frost, we talked to a lot of really good coaches. But at the end of the day, he won the job based on his passion and really wanting to be here. So I think his transition back here has been really good. We hired him in the middle of December, and he embraced the transfer portal, the rev share, and has done a really good job of, I think, in my opinion, evaluating personnel. And I think he's got a really good staff, maybe from top to bottom, maybe the best staff this school has ever had. Well, our new jerseys are not that new. The font's a little different. Everybody in the country wants to be black as far as uniforms concerned. So the fact that we can own black and gold, I think, is something we need to really lean in on. I think they've done a really good job of a new, fresh look of our unis, and I think people are going to really like them. So Acrisure they're out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. They bought FBC Mortgage. So we wanted to invoke our favorite name of what we call our stadium, the Bounce House, and they approved it. So that's how we got the name changed to Acrisure Bounce House, and I think everybody really likes it. I really believe that we have the ability to be a top 25 program consistently in every single sport we have.
Thanks, Terry. As you can see behind me, construction is well underway, and the Acrisure Bounce House has made its way onto the stadium walls. I'm Kathleen Moore with ESPN Plus and the Nicholson School of Communication and Media.
Alrighty, Kathleen, thank you so much. That was an amazing insight on everything that's gone on here at UCF. 1 year and a lot of changes,
sure.
right? Let's start at the stadium, right? Acrisure Bounce House. You know, UCF had the chance to do something really fun and unique with the name, honoring the nationally recognized nickname, and they did just that.
You know, it's cool to see they implemented the name Bounce House in it, because when people think about UCF and the home football games that we have, it speaks for itself. The fans and everyone in the stadium be rocking. So to have that Acrisure and then Bounce House on the end of it, it just speaks for itself, and it just makes more people want to come to the game and experience that Bounce House atmosphere and environment.
And you've experienced that firsthand as a player here, of course, for 4 years. Take me down to the tunnel, Adrian. How is it to literally have the fans caving in on you with that roof right over your head?
Man, it's awesome. That feeling coming out of that tunnel, your adrenaline going, and just knowing that the fans and everyone in the stadium is behind you and they're rocking with you, and it's awesome. It's honestly unexplainable. It's something you have to feel, but the Bounce House is the Bounce House, and is always going to be that.
Absolutely. It's unique, I'm sure.
For sure.
It doesn't matter where else you go, the Bounce House is memorable for that.
Right.
And it talks about the modernization as well. You know, the third season, this will be UCF's third season in the Big 12, so it's just up and up, right? On the field and off it, things are just going, you know, astronomically fast as well compared to other schools across the nation.
For sure. We're in the Big 12 now, so they got to do things big around here. And it's crazy to see the amount of time that from when I was here to now in 2025, that the construction that they're doing, and it's awesome. The fans love it, and the sophisticated luxury feel of the stadium, and it's showing for itself.
And we speak about big changes, and there is absolutely no way we can do that without mentioning Scott Frost. Of course, today is First Frost 2.0. He's back in the O for his second stint with the UCF Knights. Adrian, what kind of coach was he for you? Take me into the locker room, just his character and personality.
Coach Frost is a player-first coach. Obviously, he cares about the off the field and everything like that, but he wants to mold you into a man. He wants to create, when you're coming in as a freshman, he wants to take you from a boy to a man. I had a great stint with Coach Frost here. I'll run through a brick wall for Scott Frost, and I'm sure the players can attest to that here that's with him right now.
Absolutely, and after he left UCF, of course, having stints in Nebraska and at the big leagues as well as with the LA Rams. So, I mean, he comes back with a wealth of experience. Why do you think he's right for the job? Of course, coming back to UCF, it can be different from his first stint. What makes him the right fit for this job this go-around?
What makes him the right fit for the job is just the man that he is, and the accolades that he has behind his names, and the amount of people that can speak highly good things about Coach Frost. I can't think of one bad thing to say about Coach Frost. I won't, because he has done nothing but great things for me and myself and me and my teammates that I was playing with here at UCF as well.
Absolutely, and to have that experience, like I said, at the NFL, with the LA Rams, with people like Sean McVay, of course, known for having that culture, right, around the people he works with, that's only going to serve him well for however long he stays at UCF this time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's talk about what makes him a different coach now. Of course, he's known for having that explosive offensive-first mindset, right, towards the game of football. What makes that work? What makes that click for Scott Frost?
What makes that click for Scott Frost? He just has a different pedigree to how he wants to run his offense. He's quick, he's fast, he want to get on the ball, and he want to catch the defense off guard as many times as he can. He's been away from a while now. He got some time with Nebraska. He got some times with the LA Rams. So he's got a lot of knowledge from a lot of different coaches, and he's going to implement that today and show why Frost 2.0 is back.
That's right. The first game, of course, Scott Frost back at the helm. Let's start breaking down this game a little bit, Adrian. We've already spoken about the big changes, right, for UCF. 63 new players in 2025, 8 new coaches. Man, looking forward to growing in this 2025 season. What more can you say about that?
For sure. At somewhere, you got to start with a foundation, and the foundation is now in 2025. Frost, he recruited the guys that he wanted to, and the guys that was already on the roster here at UCF. He figured out and put them in place to make every player successful, and we'll see that today. I'm looking forward to see from the defense side of the ball, offense side of the ball, and special teams, how this team just gel together and come establish itself as identity as a football team today.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere, because after this break, we'll be back with more from the Bounce House.
Hi, sorry to interrupt your show, but I want to give you a little rundown of everything we do here at the Hitting the Field Network. My name's Nick Cohen, and I'm the host of Hitting the Field, our flagship show heading into season 21. Live streaming every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we talk about anything and everything sports. Tuesdays, we have Season 3 of Girls Got Game. Hosts Katie Sue Christensen and Mia Flores discuss all the biggest topics in women's sports. On Wednesdays, make sure to tune into Season 7 of The Combine, hosted once again by Ty Patton. This podcast dives deep into every detail about the NFL season. Next on Thursdays, we live stream Season 11 of HTF Bets, brought to you by Andrew Gregg, Diego Ortiz, and Ben Huber. Any sports betting questions? I'll let the pros answer those on Thursday. Then TGIF, because we have new episodes of Season 9 of Nighttime, hosted again by Matthew Bracker and Kathleen Moore. Nighttime keeps you up to date on all UCF and collegiate sports. And ultimately, Edgar Rodriguez and Patrick De Leon are back for Season 2 of HTFC. Soccer is a year-round sport, so make sure not to miss HTFC. Lastly, end your week on Sundays with our vlog squad, asking the hard-hitting questions and letting you behind the scenes of our studio days. Make sure to follow us on our social medias like Instagram and TikTok to stay updated on all HTFN news. Remember to subscribe to the Hitting the Field Network on YouTube, leave a like and comment, and with that, I think we're ready for your next segment. I've been Nick Cohen, and enjoy the rest of your show.
All right, everyone, we are back, and now it is time for Adrian's Buffalo Wild Wings blazing impact players of the game. Adrian, let's start with the home side. What you got for the Knights?
So for the UCF Knights, we're going to start on the quarterback side. We got Cam Fancher. He spent a lot of time at Marshall previously and some time at FAU. He wrapped up 1,500 yards in the air. Yes. He had 6 touchdowns. So I'm looking forward to see what kind of pedigree of a showman he's going to put on today. Coach Frost gave him the keys, and Mackenzie Milton gave him the keys to be the QB1 today. So I'm looking forward to the type of quarterback that he gels that offense to be that leader. On the defense side of the UCF Knights, I have John Walker. He's a 6'4", 300-pound defensive interior lineman. Yes. He likes to get his hands on guys and get to that quarterback, and he likes to get the ball as well. So I'm looking forward to a battle in the trenches, and that's it for the UCF Knights.
Absolutely, and he didn't play at all last year.
Correct.
So he's going to try to pick up where he left off in 2023.
His debut start today.
Absolutely, lots of hype surrounding him. Let's move over to Jacksonville State. Who caught your eye?
So Jacksonville State, I have Gavin Wimsatt. He's the quarterback. He spent some time at Kentucky.
Yes.
To me, he's a big bruiser. He likes to use his legs a lot. He has 15 yards in the air with 6 touchdowns. He didn't play much last year with Kentucky, but he did play a lot in the 2023 season. So he can use his arms and he can use his legs. So the UCF defense is going to have to wrap him up and contain him in that pocket. And from the D-line side, I got Daryl Porter. He's a 6'4" guy, 300 pounds. He also likes to get in the trenches and get to that quarterback and get the ball out a lot. So I'm looking forward to Daryl Porter get to that quarterback.
Absolutely. Those are 2 names the UCF Knights have certainly circled when you look at Jacksonville State. Let's highlight some returning starters for the Knights. Adrian, why don't we start with Miles Montgomery finally getting his chance to make that RB1 spot his own.
Yeah, so what I can say for Miles Montgomery, he's hungry. He's set behind R.J. Harvey. R.J. Harvey had a legendary 2 years at UCF. He was a former quarterback, and then he transferred to running back. So Miles Montgomery, he is a shifty running back. I like his game. He can block in the backfield. He can catch out of the backfield. He can run in between the tackles. He can get outside the zone and take it the distance. So Miles Montgomery, I'm looking forward to him to have a great show in this 2025 season.
He is hyped. At media days, he said, now it's my time, and now it's time for him to prove it. Let's move on to Paul Rubel, entering his 6th season with the Knights. Adrian, O-line coach Sean Clark said if you cut him open, he'd be bleeding black and gold. He's UCF through and through.
That's what you want to hear from your players, man. You want to have them buy in, and all the rest of the players around them to buy into the program as well. When you got a guy like Paul on the offensive line, everything starts with the offensive line. So your team is only going to go as far as the offensive line take you. So a guy like Paul is just a testament of how faithful and how loyal and committed he is to this UCF team and this UCF offense. Paul is a significant piece to this UCF offensive line, and I'm looking forward to him to have a wonderful season and leading the way for Miles Montgomery and the rest of the running backs and the quarterbacks as well.
He knows what it's like to don that UCF jersey, just like you, man. He has lived that UCF experience to the fullest. Like I said, 6 seasons is impressive.
Right.
It really is. How about Nigel Lee Kelly? Came alive at the end of last season. in the last 3 games, 3 sacks and 5 tackles for loss. He's going to look to, carry that on into this season.
Yeah, Kelly is an impact player as well. He can get in between the trenches and get to that quarterback as well. UCF is known for their offense, but they also have some guys on the defensive line that can get going. Kelly's another guy that is going to play fast, play physical, and get to that ball at all costs.
Absolutely. And then when we talk about, highlighting returning new starters, Jaden Nixon, right? It's one of those guys who's returning to the Big 12, of course, having a stint at Oklahoma State.
Right.
Now here at UCF, he's going to look to hit the ground running.
I'm looking forward to him having a great run in the show. So we got a lot of new incoming pieces, and I'm looking forward to them establishing themselves on the team and introducing themselves to the UCF Knights.
Absolutely. Chris Domercan as well. Another one of those guys who, a new starter looking to make, hit the ground running, if anything, at UCF. What do you have to say about him coming in from Chattanooga?
Right. So we got a lot of moving pieces going on here. So it's a lot of guys that don't have a name necessarily for themselves, like coming into UCF because it's their first stint. So I'm looking forward to just everyone just putting the pieces together, just letting the bullets fly, and just going out there and having a good time.
Absolutely. Nixon and Domercan, of course, the first 2 we highlighted. How about Sincere Edwards, right? Looking to improve UCF's performance, especially on the defensive side. Of course, they were ranked 78th nationally in terms of sacks last year. Sincere Edwards is going to go in there and look to have an instant impact as well.
Most definitely. Sincere Edwards is another piece to the puzzle. So he's going to get in there and get after that quarterback. As long as communication is good, everyone's playing fast, everyone knows their assignments, and everyone is listening to the defensive coordinator and communicating, there's nothing that can stop this UCF defense at all, because they got some mighty pieces that they got in the transfer portal that's going to be on the show today.
Absolutely, man. And as you know, game 1 this season is on a Thursday, and there's an interesting stat related to that. Let me ask you a question. Let me test your trivia.
Okay.
UCF is ranked 3rd at the moment with, consecutive wins on Thursdays. Do you know what number exactly that is?
I'll say 10.
You're right. You did your homework. You did your homework, Adrian. You are prepared. And now, let's send it over to HCF's very own Nick Cohen, who quizzed UCF students on life back in 2016. Take it away, Nick.
Today is First Frost 2.0, so we're asking UCF students 2016-based questions. Let's go. Who won his first Oscar in 2016, winning Best Actor?
I'm going to guess Leonardo DiCaprio, because I remember it was a big deal.
Mark Ruffalo?
Mark Ruffalo. I don't know.
I was going to say Mark Ruffalo.
It's Leonardo DiCaprio with like 90%.
That is correct. Leonardo DiCaprio. What now infamous zoo was Harambe in?
Columbus?
So close.
I think it was Columbus.
Cincinnati?
I'm going to go San Diego.
I'll go Cincinnati.
One of you is correct. Cincinnati Zoo, your first correct answer. What was the top grossing film in 2016 according to Box Office Mojo?
I would say Captain America.
Civil War? You say Zootopia.
Civil War.
I'll go with Finding Dory.
I'm going to go with Captain America Civil War.
He was right. It is Captain America. You guys are really here for football, though, so let's get to some football trivia questions. What bowl game did UCF play in at the end of the 2016 season?
I'm going to say the Cure Bowl.
I'm going to take a guess and say the Cure Bowl.
B, the Cure Bowl?
Yeah.
You are right. Who did UCF play in 2016 in that Cure Bowl?
Arkansas.
Arkansas State? That is correct. There you go. What was UCF's final regular season record in 2016 under Coach Scott Frost?
I think it was 6-6.
6-6?
I'm going to have to go 10-2.
Oh, unfortunately we weren't that good. It was 6-6, but then year 2 of Scott Frost 2017, we went undefeated and won the national championship. So that's all that matters.
That's what's going to be like this year. Absolutely.
Because are we going to win today?
Yeah, obviously we're going to win. How is that even a question?
Have you ever wondered if there was a place where access to excellence isn't guarded by ivy, but open to all who strive for greatness? Where education leads to more than a degree. It opens a door to a career and a better life. Where imagination ignites invention and innovation, and the boundaries between science and creativity converge. That place is here, the University of Central Florida, a place for those who dare to invent the future.
Alrighty, everyone, we are back, and we're going to talk about the success that UCF has enjoyed in first bounces. 9 straight wins, Adrian. The last 4 of those right here at the Bounce House. This energy is just contagious.
This energy is unmatched. In my opinion, it's the best atmosphere and the best energy and the best fans in the whole wide world. Not only the country, but the whole wide world. You come here, you're going to get an atmosphere that's full of electric fans and full of diehard fans that love the UCF Knights.
And this is just game 1. It feels like you're in the middle of the season. The team is riding a good run of form. This is just game 1. It's ridiculous. We have fireworks going on to our right-hand side at the moment. Adrian, you had 4 of these experiences, right? First bounces. Which one was your favorite one? Which one do you have the best memories of?
I would say 2017 versus FIU. We won 61-16 at home here. As you heard, the fireworks were going off here. It was a lot of fireworks going on then in 2017 when we won the game 61-16. The offense was clicking and the defense was clicking as well. We put up a lot of points and the defense held the FIU Panthers to a lot of less points.
Absolutely. Those last 9 games, there's a few 50-plus point margins, and that's one of them.
Sure.
And you want to tell us what happened in 2017? I don't think anyone needs a reminder.
Oh, yeah, they don't need a reminder, but I'll remind them anyways. We went 13-0.
Absolutely. Let's look ahead to the schedule, Adrian. Of course, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's only the first game, but we have some big matchups coming up. Which one did you circle when the schedule came out?
The one I circled is Cincinnati. Cincinnati, why? Because we used to be in the American Conference together. And
That's right.
I wouldn't say it's a rivalry, but it is a rivalry. We played each other a lot. We know each other. The head coaches are familiar with each other. And the school in general is familiar with each other. So I remember College Game Day 2017 when we had College Game Day here.
Wow.
Cincinnati came here, and the atmosphere was like no other. So I'm looking forward to that Cincinnati game. But like the mantra was when I was here with Coach Frost in my tenure, you always take one game at a time and 1-0, and you never overlook your opponent.
And absolutely, we have a legendary NFL coach coming to Orlando. Of course, Bill Belichick and his UNC.
Oh, yeah.
Man, the Tar Heels are coming to town. That's a fun one.
Right. Bill Belichick, his name speaks for itself. He had amazing accolades for himself at the Patriots and the NFL, and it's great to see him in college football now. So I'm looking forward to him seeing if he'll take that winning culture atmosphere to the college atmosphere at North Carolina. So I'm looking forward to that game to see what they can do.
And also, let's not forget, we have a ranked road trip to Kansas State as well. That's going to be game 4. So, right after UNC, that's going to be a huge test. Then they're going to hit the road, and the Big 12 season starts, and it's just a gauntlet from there.
Yeah, football is back, Frost is back. I'm looking forward to the schedule. We're in the Big 12 now for the 2nd year in a row, so big things are going to be coming from UCF. Everyone looks at us as this low school on the pedestal and everything like that. So UCF is going to make their identity known this year. Frost is back, and I'm looking forward to a great season from the UCF Knights.
Alrighty, fans, we have a message from the Big 12 Conference, but after that, stay tuned for the end of our show. Listen to this.
This field belongs to the ones who take it. This season doesn't come with the script. This is where everything is earned, and we mean everything. We don't do handouts here. You want the spotlight? Earn it. You want to shine different? Prove it. 30 years strong, and we keep shining brighter. This is Big 12 football. This is a different league.
Alrighty, fans, thank you so much for joining us for this last part of our show. Adrian, we're hitting the home stretch. The atmosphere is building like we've said, but I think it's now time to give a little score prediction. What are you feeling tonight?
So obviously I'm going to go with the UCF Knights. My score prediction is going to be 48-17 UCF Knights. A lot of fireworks going on, and defense is going to come out and play. And within those 48 points for the UCF Knights, there's going to be some touchdowns, but I like to see 2 turnovers for a touchdown.
Okay.
A scoop and score fumble from a defensive lineman and a pick 6 from a DB.
You're bringing the drama. I love that. These fans are going to be on their feet if that happens. I'm going to give UCF 4 more points. Let's say 52-17. I want a big one to start Scott Frost's second stint here in Orlando. And like we mentioned at the start of the show, this would mean that UCF hits the 300-win milestone. For everyone here, for everyone watching this show, it's going to be a memorable night.
For sure.
As long as the UCF Knights win, of course.
That just goes to show how young this school is, and we have so much more to prove, so much more to do, and so much more to accomplish here in UCF. So looking forward to it. We're in the Big 12. The atmosphere is electric. We got a couple more minutes to kick off, so looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and that would also mean, of course, thriving on Thursdays, 11 straight wins. You know, just stay on the back of Oklahoma State and Utah as, of course, that Big 12 rivalry on Thursdays continues. Again, let's talk about the change of identity for UCF, right? Gus Malzahn, the former head coach, was known for running the ball, right? Now Scott Frost looking to impose his identity right from the start. How do you think UCF is going to handle this defensive-minded Charles Kelly-led Jacksonville State Gamecocks team?
I think they're ready for the test, and I simply say that because I had some time with Coach Frost, and I know who he is. And I just know the identity of Scott Frost and what he expects from his players, and overall at what he expects from his coaching staff as well. So look forward to a lot of fireworks, a lot of fast, getting on the ball, getting to the tackles and everything like that, so I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and we talk about big changes for UCF, Jacksonville State as well. 51 new players, new head coach. It's changes galore in this game one, which makes it unpredictable, and that's what people want in this game, especially on a game one, unpredictability.
Right, for sure. Charles Kelly and his defense, they're coming into the UCF Knights. They're trying to spoil our home opener, so it's going to be a great game on both sides of the ball, and I'm looking forward to both teams just figuring out who they are as an identity standpoint for this 2025 season, heading for the rest of the games for themselves.
Absolutely, and the Knights, of course, facing the Conference USA champions. Jacksonville State had a great season last season, 7-1 in their conference, of course, going on to winning their conference and making it to a bowl game. And I mean, for those players to start their season here at the Bounce House as well, that's going to be a huge moment for them.
For sure. They're coming off a conference championship, like you said, so they got a lot of momentum rolling off the offseason last year, so looking forward to them carrying that momentum into the 2025 season and having a good season for themselves.
All right, Adrian, take me back to your playing days. You're about to run out onto the field here at the Bounce House. Take me to those chills, those goosebumps that you must have gotten under your uniform.
Man, it seems like just yesterday. Now that I'm in here right now, my feet are on the grass in here in the Bounce House. I feel like I can run out that tunnel right now. So it's a nostalgic moment, man. So I'm happy to be back here in the Bounce House. Happy for these players, happy for the UCF fans, and they get to experience this awesome experience. We got the Zombie Nation Bounce House going on right now.
It's about to start. Oh my goodness.
The Bounce House is bouncing.
It is about to start bouncing for real as the 2025 season is going to get underway in just under 5 minutes now. It's going to be an incredible start to this season. And of course, UCF are going to try to lead as they mean to go on this season, of course. Third season in the Big 12, that can't be overstated. And to start with a win today, a big win, a potential 300th win in program history, you can't start a season much better than that.
No, you can't. What more can you ask for? You want to win every game as a program. You want to establish yourself as a program. You got to take it one game at a time. Today is the first game of the season, and today is the day for the first Frost 2.0, and it's just a new brand and a new era in UCF football all over again.
Well, the Knights players are running out of that tunnel. That is all we've got for you on our first pregame show of the season. You can hear this stadium. It's getting loud. It's getting excitement. It's just building in this place. But thank you to everyone who made this possible on camera. You, Adrian, everyone who made it possible in the control room and behind the cameras. Make sure you stay tuned to ESPN+. The UCF Knights are going to be looking for their 300th win in program history. The game will air once again right here on ESPN+. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the game.
College football is back in Orlando, and so is UCF head coach Scott Frost. 8 years after lifting the Knights to unprecedented heights, Frost is reunited with this Sunshine State setting, with the fan base more than glad to welcome him home. Welcome to the Big 12 on ESPN. The UCF Knights begin their season once more on a Thursday night. A formidable test awaits in Jacksonville State, the defending Conference USA champions. Great to have you with us at the Acrisure Bounce House with the UMass Hall of Famer Rennie Ngolia. I'm AJ Ricketts. Partner, 2 new head coaches and 114 new players. Throw last year's tape out the window.
Yeah, welcome to college football. New staffs everywhere, a ton of new players. Essentially, these are 2 new teams for these fan bases. Get to see them kick it off tonight.
These coaching staffs have emphasized all they know is that they don't know much about the opposing team. Jacksonville State head coach Charles Kelly, 31 years ago, took his first professional job as the running backs coach at Jack State. Now he's the head man.
The epitome of grinding, right? All those years as an assistant, he finally becomes a head man. Had a great conversation with him this week. He's excited. He's got a great new staff he's brought on, and essentially inherits a team that won 9 win seasons back-to-back, bowl team. He's ready to go.
Of course, for UCF, the Knights head man has been the storyline of their offseason. This fan base recharged to have Scott Frost back at the helm. 13-0 here in 2017. He said sometimes when you're climbing the ladder of success, they forget to remind you to stop where you're happy. He's glad to be back.
It just looks like he's home. He was in a really good place when we spoke to him yesterday. He's ready to go as well. 63 new players. Again, a new team for him, a new face, a fresh start. He's ready to go.
UCF's had a lot of success for the last decade on opening night. 9 straight wins. Would love to make it 10 right now. Jacksonville State has won the toss. They defer. UCF will receive. The bounce house is alive and well. Scott Frost is back in Orlando, and renewed expectations about what this program is capable of achieving. Scott Frost back at the helm after he guided this program to an unblemished campaign 8 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's something, right? You come back to a place like this where you were 13-0, and he was quick in his press conference to kind of calm everybody down and say, listen, we got to build this thing. But in the new age of college football, you turn that roster over, you bring in a new quarterback, a new coaching staff, you can really do a 180.
Jaden Nixon, the Western Michigan transfer, back to receive for UCF. Stacy Gage alongside him. Connor Donahue sends us away. UCF and Jacksonville State on ESPN+. Nixon will take it at the 2, near side. First contact before the 20, shook off the tackle. He brought down at the 19. All right, first series, first look for UCF fans at their starting quarterback, Cam Fancher, in his 3rd collegiate stop. He started at Marshall, had a pretty good 2 seasons there. Transferred to FAU, was hampered by an injury by the end of the year. A lot of curiosity about what Cam Fancher was.
And I believe he got the start because of his experience. He's played in 34 games, 26 career starts. He's mobile as well. If some plays break down, he can make things happen with his feet, and we'll see how he does today.
Miles Montgomery, the starting tailback behind him. It's his first collegiate start after putting in a lot of time at Cincinnati and UCF a year before this. Play action. Fancher going to unload one deep down the field. Marcus Burke is open. It's incomplete. The Florida transfer got behind the secondary. Fancher just leads him a bit too much.
And Burke shows you his speed on the outside. He's got the defender beat by a couple steps, and I think that's just the case where Cam Fancher just a little pumped up as they run the post on top of the corner route. Burke was there, just could not catch up to the ball.
How about the home run call?
Yeah,
first
I love
down
it.
From Scott Frost, who
aggressive.
is calling plays again. He did not at Nebraska. On 2nd down, first handoff for Miles Montgomery, shifty up the middle. Takes it all the way down to the 25-yard line. Travis Franklin Jr., the tackle. Nice first carry from Miles Montgomery.
And I expect a breakout season for Miles Montgomery. Of course, was behind R.J. Harvey last year, who's now the Denver Broncos. And Miles Montgomery's got that good contact balance, can run between the tackles, but he also has speed to get on the outside, and he catches the ball very nicely out of the backfield.
R.J. Harvey rewrote the UCF record book, 2nd-round pick of the Broncos, but a strong running back room still for UCF. 3rd and 4 here on the Knights' first possession, as Dwayne Thomas motions to the far side. Fancher scanning across the middle. First down yardage here for UCF as they move the chains for the first time. And Thomas making it difficult for defenders to drag him down there.
And, you know, the coaches told us about Dwayne Thomas. He's small, 5'8", 175, but he's tough. He likes to block. You see him in the middle there making plays.
Now they talked more about his blocking, his willingness to block on the outside. That's what drew him to them. That's his knockdown at the line of scrimmage. His stats weren't anything special at Charlotte, but I think he can be a dynamic playmaker on the outside. Transfer from Charlotte, Dwayne Thomas. giving UCF a first down, 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, and that was big Talon Carter, 92 in the middle, getting his hand up. If he doesn't knock that down, Miles Montgomery catches that, and he turns. He's got a lot of green grass in front of him. Good play by Carter.
Fancher under center here, Montgomery the tailback. On 2nd and 10, second carry here for Montgomery. Physical into the first tackle, will take it down to the 40. Curtis Perry, the Virginia Tech transfer who started his career at Alabama with the tackle. It's another 3rd and short here for you.
But that's what you call running behind your pads. You see that forward lean by Miles Montgomery, that 205 pounds, getting every yard, gets it to a 3rd and very manageable here, 3rd and 4 for the Knights.
Just under 300 rushing yards last year on only 51 carries for Montgomery. They're going to play a much bigger role. Empty set here on 3rd and 4. Fancher slings it to the 45. That's complete. Marcus Burke making the grab this time. Transfer from Florida in his final collegiate season. He missed the back half of spring with a shoulder injury, but healthy and ready to go.
And that's what I like. Big Marcus Burke, 6'3", 200. He's big, gets to the sticks, posts up, and makes the catch for the first down.
Knights quickly to the line. That's what you can expect under this Scott Frost offense. Miles Butler wraps Montgomery up on the tackle after a gain of 3. Less than 10 seconds come off the play clock. Knights have the next snap already. Play action. Off kilter there with Burke. 3 targets already for Burke on the first drive. It'll be a 3rd down.
And don't forget, when Scott Frost was here the first time, their motto was UC fast.
Yep.
They wanted to go as fast as they can on offense, and they still want to go fast, but I think first game, so many new players, different personnel, you got to kind of ease into it here. But a 3rd and long.
Well, 2.5 minutes into this quarter, and it's already the 9th play of this drive. Montgomery getting a lot of run at tailback here. It's been in every play. We'll get the handoff. 3rd and medium, running over a defender on first contact. Sets up a 4th and short. Aiden Thompson comes in for the tackle.
And what that tells me right there is Scott Frost said, we're going for it on 4th down. That's why he ran it on 3rd. They get it to 4th and about 2 here, maybe a long 1.5. Exactly what he wanted to do. And now this is, you got a power 4, a Big 12 offensive line. You got to go get this right now. Give it to your big back, get that push up front, and go get this first down.
Knights were 15 of 28 on 4th down last season. Charles Kelly, the longtime defensive coordinator, hoping his defense can get a stop here. Montgomery, the tailback. We'll give it off to him. Montgomery fighting for first down yardage. He got it.
And the jump cut is what got it for Miles Montgomery. Excellent vision. You can't teach that. Little jump cut in the hole. Leans forward, knows he needs to get to the 44-yard line, and he does it. I love it. A little jump cut, boop, boop, straight ahead, reach out. Good job. And this first offensive series for the Knights is looking really nice right now.
Montgomery was talking over the summer. He said, look, I know I've been a career-long backup, but now it's my time.
Yeah, and he knows that.
On the first possession. At half of the handoffs here, 5 carries on 10 plays for Montgomery. The rare times UCF lets the play clock run down. Montgomery swallowed up at the line of scrimmage this time, might have gotten 2 yards. Thaxton Gallagher, the transfer from Charleston, played mostly on special teams last year, makes the tackle.
Yeah, good play by Gallagher, that Mike backer. He's the green dot. He wears the helmet that has communications from the coach. He's putting the defensive plays out. Good job to read that, step up in the hole, and make that tackle.
3 wide to the far side here for the Knights. Dylan Wade, the tight end. They'll roll Fancher to his left. Now has to move the pocket, scrambles forward. Oh, he airmailed Wade, who had found some open space across the middle of the field. Maybe some early jitters here on this first drive.
Well, I like what Cam Fancher did there. He kept his head up. He was going to run that because he had green grass, but he saw Dylan Wade pop open in the middle. He made the right decision, just a little too much on the throw. This would have been a big chunk play if he completes that.
Montgomery gets his first breather, now the 13th play of the drive. Jaden Nixon, first-team All-MAC transfer from Western Michigan in the backfield. It's the third down for UCF here. 4.5 minutes into the first quarter of the bounce house. In motion, DJ Black. Handoff. Nixon not going anywhere. It's going backwards. Finally brought down to 45. Jacksonville State surrounding him. Isaac Walker was the first to make contact.
And that time, tremendous penetration up front by the defensive line of Jack State. You see that right there. Beat the offensive lineman across their face, came through right into the hole, blew that play up. Excellent job by Jack State.
The drive stalls after 13 plays. Anthony Veneri for his first punt. Gabe Glover back at the 10 to return for Jacksonville State. Spiraling punts to the near side. Now to play around the 15. And that'll take us to break. UCF's first drive stalls. Jack State's first crack at it on the other side here on ESPN+. Nice conditions now after the first series here in Orlando, 81 degrees. Had some rough storms about 2 hours or so ago. The skies opened up. They weren't sure this one was going to start on time. Still some storms perhaps in the area, but hopefully everything's good to go right now.
Yeah, let's hope the storms just kind of stay away. It's beautiful right now. Just stay like this.
Gavin Wimsatt, first start here at Jacksonville State. Began his collegiate career at Rutgers. Was the backup at Kentucky last year to Brock Vandegrift. Did not have as big a role there in Lexington as he did at Rutgers. But this is a guy with Big Ten and SEC experience that Jacksonville State is hoping they can lean on.
6'3", 230, can make all the throws. Oh, by the way, very athletic, can make plays with his feet as well.
Cam Cook will start in the backfield next to him. The TCU transfer led the Horned Frogs in touchdown runs, his first carry. Good yardage on first down by Cam Cook, the junior from Round Rock, Texas. Led TCU in attempts, yards, and touchdowns last year.
Nice job by Cook. Press the hole, bounce it. Nice pickup on first down.
53 new players on this Jack State roster, less than 30% of production returns, nearly last in the FBS in that department. Cook picked up 7 on first down. They'll ride him again on second. Evading the pursuit, Cam Cook, 4 yards on second down to move the chains. Philip Dunham, the FAU transfer, makes the tackle.
Yeah, just outside zone. Good job by Cook. Presses it through there. A little stiff arm there, nice. He's able to square those shoulders, turn it up enough to move the chains.
We think about tempo, we think UCF and Jacksonville State. They were top 10 pace last year, average to play every 22 seconds. We'll see similar kind of tempo this year. Designed run here. Wimsatt following Cook. UCF read the play well, no more than a yard. That's Nigel Kelly making the tackle. All Big 12 honorable mention here last season.
Yeah, UCF has a very good defensive line. The starters there are excellent.
It's probably the defensive unit this coaching staff feels the strongest about starting the season. They really like their top 4 or 5 bodies there. Cook on the inside handoff. Scampers forward past the 40-yard line. Second first down for Jacksonville State. Malachi Lawrence, the redshirt senior, wrapping up on the tackle.
Yeah, good hole up front. This offensive line, Jack State early. They're all reach blocking to the left. A good seal there by Reggie Jackson, 77. Turned his guy back. Cook hits the hole. And they're moving the ball on the ground here. This Jack State doing a nice job up front, controlling the line of scrimmage.
Some successful carries on the ground here for the Gamecocks to start things off. Will fake it. On the near side, Caleb Coombs, redshirt senior. He's a former FAU Marshall guy as well. Just like Cam Fancher on the other side.
And the key to these offenses, AJ, is staying on schedule, staying ahead of the change. You pick up 4 or 5 yards on first down like they just did, that is exactly what you want to do. Now, they made a substitution on offense, so the referees will hold it. UCF took their time to substitute on defense, which is allowed.
Pearson Baldwin, the tight end. They fake the pitch. Wimsatt looking to evade defenders, stiff arms. Doesn't get much out of it. Antoine Jackson covering the misdirection well. Third down upcoming.
Yeah, this was quarterback counter. It's a called play. You got 2 blockers are going to pull in front of them. Wimsatt bounces up at Antoine Jackson. Wasn't here in the spring, by the way. Got here in the summertime from ECU. Excellent job for that tackle.
3rd and 5. Gamecocks got to the line quickly, but will now shift formation. Brock Rex-Steiner lined up to the near side. Opponents 42% on 3rd down against the Knights last year. CF rushes 4. There was a flag along the near side. I don't know. The UCF player might have jumped early.
Philip Dunham, I think, was going to come on a blitz. He did come on a blitz. Strong safety, and I think he got his head in the neutral zone. It was close, but I think that's what they're going to call number 2 for offsides.
Offside, number 2, defense. 5-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
Kevin Boitman, our referee tonight's part of this Big 12 crew. Let's take another look.
Boy, that hurts too, because you're about to get off the field. I mean, it was close, just got in there, but the line judge has a great look at it. But now you give him the play over and a free 5, so now we're at 3rd and 1. And this opens the playbook up for Clint Trickett, the offensive coordinator for Jack State.
Gamecocks 41% on 3rd downs last year. Empty set here on 3rd and inches. Now Cook will motion towards his quarterback. Midway through the first quarter, he'll extend it to his pads. Cook going to follow the left side. This one's going to be close. Well, the officials coming from the sideline, I don't know if he got first down yard.
Yeah, and he actually lost a half a yard. He did not get it. 4th down, good penetration by that defensive front of UCF.
Really no hesitation by Charles Kelly here.
And they're going to go fast.
Already at the line. Wimsatt will keep it this time. Being pursued by Kelly, not going to get to him. Isaiah Nixon, actually, was looking to chase him down. Good play there. And Wimsatt gets the first down.
And I love the aggressiveness, right? First game out, you're feeling each other. It's kind of like a boxing match, first couple rounds, but no hesitation to your point. Charles Kelly says, we're going. And when you got a quarterback 6'3", 230 that can run, it's another weapon for you in that backfield.
Wimsatt coming off a season, played in 8 games, under 300 passing yards. Didn't have quite the same role that he did at Rutgers. He was the guy for quite a while. Toss play left side. It was behind Cook. Did a good job just to make sure that wouldn't go even further behind him. Nothing doing on first down. Jackson, Antoine Jackson, and R.J. Jackson combining on the tackle.
Yeah, got off the ball quickly. Isaiah Nixon, 6, actually the defensive end, made the first contact. Couldn't bring him down, but slowed him up. Good penetration there.
These are two offenses that were top 5 in the country in rushing yardage last year. Jacksonville State averaged over 250 yards per game. That was 3rd. That's been their MO the last couple of years. Head coach Rich Rodriguez, of course, on to West Virginia. Wimsatt, a strike to the 40-yard line. Nice catch made. That's Franklin Barrett, the redshirt freshman. Spent the 24 season at App State. That's his first catch as Gamecock.
And they're going to go quick again. 3rd and short. And
early movement, Rennie.
And that's what happens sometimes when you go too quick. You get a false start. Offensive lineman moved a little early.
Number 60, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's on Cam Griffin, the left tackle.
Yeah, you see him just get out of his stance a little quick. And he looks back, he's like, what are we doing? We were going on first sound. Well, now they weren't. And
we talked with Charles Kelly. That's what he's talking. He said we want to play fast, but we cannot make mistakes. The biggest thing we're emphasizing is no pre-snap penalties. That cost them there.
Well, especially when it's 3rd and short, because now you're backed up to 3rd and long.
Empty sets. Quick motions towards Wimsatt now. 13th play of the drive. 3rd and 7. Play clock at 3. Wimsatt takes the snap. Will loft it. A wobbler. Kind of got hit as he threw it. 4th down. Malachi Lawrence getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, Lawrence definitely hit the arm of Gavin Wimsatt. Good penetration. Ball gets knocked up in the air, goes incomplete, but a good stand at the end there for UCF. So very similar for both offenses to start this game. A lot of plays offensively, moved the ball, but kind of stalled in their opponent's territory.
UCF went 13 plays. Jacksonville State, correct myself, that was 11 plays for them on that drive, but stalling just past midfield. Cade Backey punting for Jacksonville State. Antoine Jackson stands at his own 5 with under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. We'll let this one bounce at the 8. It takes a favorable off for Jacksonville State. Well done by Backey.
That was like an A.J. Ricketts 60-degree right there.
I have never done that in my life. Back after this, UCF and Jack State scoreless first quarter. Welcome back to Orlando. No score here. Final few minutes of the first quarter. UCF and Jacksonville State. Scott Frost back in Orlando after a 2-year stint in 16 and 17. Of course, gets you thinking notable coaches to come back and go through this process as well. You certainly see that representation in the Big 12. Scott Frost played for Bill Walsh at Stanford as well. Mac Brown most recently at Carolina.
The one thing I take from that list, those are all great coaches. You know, those aren't fly-by your seat your pants type coaches. really, really great coaches there, some Hall of Famers.
But it hasn't always been as successful on that second go-around. You see the win percentage the second time around. Taking a look at this game here. 11 plays, 37 yards for Jacksonville State. UCF stalled as well, both resulting in punts.
Very similar drives for both offenses to start the game.
Too tight and set here for UCF, backed up, starting this drive at their own 3 after the terrific punt by Backey. Montgomery is trying to give his offense some breathing room. You know, we were talking with Scott Frost the other day. He said, I almost feel guilty because I'm not nervous at all.
Yeah.
Not because I'm not super confident or anything or in the game plan. I'm just enjoying this so much. I refuse to let this be so serious that my happiness depends on it.
He looked more relaxed than I've ever seen him before, and I've known him a while. I've called a few of his games. He just, again, like I said in the open, he looks like he's home. He feels like he's in a really good place, and he really thinks his roster's a lot better than national pundits are giving him credit for.
Fancher to Montgomery. He's getting a heavy workload here in this first quarter. Montgomery out to the 20-yard line. Hard running by Miles Montgomery in his first game as a starter.
Yeah, I came to a couple practices because I reside in Orlando, so I had a chance to talk to Miles Montgomery. Oh, by the way, young man wants to be a police officer, so being that I'm a retired police officer, I think I was a good guy to talk to him, and just a great young man. Enjoyed talking with him, and by the way, a heck of a running back.
He hosts UCF's podcast as well. He's following your footsteps in that department.
He's probably going to take my job as a broadcaster, is what you're saying.
Careful, Rainey. They fake to Montgomery. Fancher in a little bit of no man's land. Jacksonville State able to surround him. Trevor Woods on the tackle. And back to Frost. And don't take that peace of mind like there's any less determination to continue to elevate UCF like he did the first time. He said, we want to take this to where it's a nationally relevant program again, and if there's another transition, the UCF's on the take list.
Yeah, and that's really the mindset you have to be. I mean, college football is just, it's a different place now. Rosters turn over a lot, and 30 new head coaches this year in FBS, so a lot of new staffs out there.
2nd and 8, under 2 minutes to play. Wade motions to the far side. Fancher scrambles near side. He's going to carry it. Cam Fancher, plenty of room out across the 40. That's what he's capable of doing. We've seen it all throughout his career in Marshall and FAU. He shows it right there.
And Scott Frost told us that when plays break down, we know Cam Fancher can make plays with his feet. And the other thing I love too, the wide receiver Marcus Burke, number 3, recognized it right away and was blocking downfield. Love to see that.
Wade in as the tight end, so go to the far side. Knights mixing tempos here in this first quarter. Looks right. Fancher hands off. Montgomery again into space. Taken down right by the 40-yard line. Woods with another tackle. UCF moving the football again.
Yeah, hits the hole hard. Good job on the right side of that offensive line to give him a crease, and he hit it.
Fancher into the flat. Jacksonville State with a huge hit. That's ruled a fumble on the field. Jacksonville State saying it's their football. Chase Alexander thumped his man, and that's going to be a turnover. Jacksonville State football.
And I'm going to go on a limb. We're probably going to get our first replay here of the game. Didn't think he maintained control, but we'll get a look at it here. But I get it, the officials in real time. It happens fast. That'll be overturned, AJ.
We're going to take a look at it. We'll be back momentarily as they sort that all out. No score, 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Officials took a look at it. They haven't responded the chains. Rennie, what do you see?
Well, they're saying it's a lateral, so let's take a look, because that's the only way it's a fumble. Let's see where he throws it. He's at the 46 and a half. 46 and a half. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's a good call by the official. That's a fumble. If the ball is parallel, that is the same as going backwards. So I stand corrected. That's an excellent call by this Big 12 crew. That is a fumble.
And right as we started that replay, the chains did move for a Jacksonville State first down. They forced the turnover. Can they get some points out of it? Nothing doing on first downs on the option run by Gavin Wimsatt. Wimsatt's had some big game experience before, led Rutgers to a win on the road at Indiana. Some big plays against Michigan, the Big House as well. He's played in difficult environments. And this could be his biggest role in the back half of his collegiate career. Could be the final play of the first quarter here. Wimsatt on 2nd and 10. Scrambling, not much doing. Swung out of bounds at midfield. And that will end the first quarter. Cole Kozlowski, a Colgate transfer, making the tackle. So extended drives by both sides, no points to show for it. We're underway at the bounce house. UCF and Jacksonville States on ESPN+.
Have you ever wondered if there was a place where access to excellence isn't guarded by ivy, but open to all who strive for greatness? Where education leads to more than a degree, it opens the door to a career and a better life. Where imagination ignites invention and innovation, and the boundaries between science and creativity converge. That place is here, the University of Central Florida, a place for those who dare to invent the future.
Allow yourself to tune out. To tune into nature. To tune in to the outdoors. To tune in to what matters. Discover Lake County, Florida. Learn more at discoverlakefl.com.
Have you ever wondered if there was a place where access to excellence isn't guarded by ivy, but open to all who strive for greatness? Where education leads to more than a degree, it opens the door to a career and a better life. Where imagination ignites invention and innovation, and the boundaries between science and creativity converge. That place is here, the University of Central Florida, a place for those who dare to invent the future.
This field belongs to the ones who take it. This season doesn't come with the script. This is where everything is earned, and we mean everything. We don't do handouts here. You want the spotlight? Earn it. You want to shine different? Prove it. 30 years strong, and we keep shining brighter. This is Big 12 football. This is a different league.
Welcome back to Orlando with the Jacksonville State offensive coordinator, Clint Trickett. His first season And Jacksonville trying to get things going with his offense. Just 38 total yards in that first quarter, 89 for UCF. 3rd and long here for the Gamecocks. Wimsatt trying to find any sort of crevice. A couple yards on 3rd down. We'll see what Charles Kelly decides here.
Boy, I mean, it's going to be 4th and 6. He's got to punt this.
A little too long there.
Yeah, he's got to punt this, especially in a scoreless game.
Kozlowski making his 2nd tackle.
You know, I was going to say, AJ, for the UCF fans watching this at home that are wondering, man, it's 0-0. This isn't your normal opening pushover type game.
No.
Jack State's really good. 9 wins last year, won Conference USA, went to a bowl game. This is a tough opponent for game 1.
Knights nearly got to the football there. Jackson calls for a fair catch at the 11. Yeah, certainly plenty of turnover. Jacksonville State fans that have gotten used to winning back-to-back 9-win seasons and just a dominant rushing attack. They would love to continue to see that. Clint Trickett said we're not going to just stray away from a lot of the things that made it successful last year, but it is going to look a little different.
Well, it's interesting you said that. Of course, Rich Rodriguez was here last year. He's now at West Virginia. Another coach that went home to his old school, and they were really fast last year. And we asked Clint Trickett about tempo. He kind of said, they're going to change it up. It's going to be a mixture. They're going to go fast at times. They're also going to slow it down at times, and they've kind of done that tonight.
Nixon starts as the tailback here on this 3rd UCF drive. Trying to find some rhythm, some fluidity.
They made a chunk play in the pass play, right? They've had a few receivers open. Fancher just hasn't been able to hit them.
Thomas gets into the action here to the right side of the line. Not much doing. What have you thought of Cam Fancher the first couple drives?
I think he's been fine, but, there's a couple easy passes, right, that he missed. If you make, and I'm not even talking about the home run shot to open the game. That would have been tremendous if you're a UCF fan, but there was that time Dylan Wade broke open in the middle. He way overthrew him. He had another receiver he overthrew. So there's a couple that you just got to take a deep breath and make those plays, because that's what makes drives go.
Backfield now. Fancher fakes near side, pocket collapsing, long throw to the near side. Nixon makes the catch. His balance took him out of play. 3rd down.
And that's just good defense. Good coverage in the back end by Jack State. Fancher goes to his check down. Jaden Nixon, but look at this, is a far throw for a check down ball. I think he actually might even got deflected a little bit. And you actually lose yardage on the play.
He went backwards there. I wonder what the play call will be here on 3rd and 13. Long way to go. Trips near side. Fancher's going to throw it. He's in his own end zone. Now tucking it. There goes Fancher. He's got some room. 1st down secured and more. Cam Fancher out to the 30. It's a gain of 18.
Absolute backbreaker for defensive coordinator Brian Williams. 3rd and 13, you got him backed up, and it's just a broken play. And again, Scott Frost told us, when plays break down, Cam Fancher will make plays with his feet, and he did it right there. None bigger than 3rd and 13 to pick it up and keep this drive alive.
No panic from the veteran quarterback. 3rd and long, backed up on his goal lines. Maybe those are the kind of things Scott Frost was evaluating out of fall camp. Motion Thomas again. Nixon the handoff, shuffling, looking for space. Jacksonville State's pretty confident in their own defensive line as well.
You're reading my mind. It talked about this defensive front for them. Defensive line in particular said it was the most improved group throughout their training camp, and they're playing tough today.
Daryl Prater making the tackle. His dad played at Jacksonville State as well. Fancher rolling to his left. Good throw. Good catch. Dwayne Thomas securing it. Another 1st down for UCF. That might be Fancher's best play through the air today.
By far his best pass. Rolled to the left. He's left-handed, obviously. He was able to square those shoulders and throw a strike to Dwayne Thomas.
20-yard gain on that play. Knights again with tempo. Fancher flicks it to the far side. Jacksonville State have that one covered. Kylan Fox the reception. Travis Franklin wrapped him up.
Didn't get much, but that's an RPO play. And it kind of reminds me of the quarterback coach now, Mackenzie Milton, when he was here. doing all kinds of work for UCF. You saw him do those RPOs like that all the time.
This night fan base, we've talked at length about how they're thrilled to have Scott Frost back. Double the excitement for Mackenzie Milton as well, who led them to those heights in 17. Fancher 5 for 9, 33 yards at the moment. 11.5 to play in the first half. Gain of 1 on that first down play. Flipped over, it's a fumble. Thomas has to dive on top of it. There was a play earlier that Nixon was able to secure on what wasn't a good toss. That one cost UCF.
And we got multiple flags on the play too, and it's going to be 2 different calls. So this is just kind of, they try to go speed option there to Thomas. It's behind him, but 2 flags on the play. One came from the back judge, one from the side judge. So 2 different penalties. We'll see what they are here.
Of encouraging drives that are starting to be impacted by difficult plays.
Both against the offense. Illegal shift, 2 men in motion. Holding number 69. Those penalties have declined. Up to the play, 3rd down.
And yeah, wisely, Charles Kelly says we won't take any of those penalties because they had a big loss, so they'll take the down with the loss.
Paul Rubelt, who's Mr. UCF at this point in time, the longest tenured night on this roster. Guilty of one of those flags. 3rd down and 18.
Yeah, and Rubelt's the only returning starter on offense, and you can't miss him, by the way. He's playing left tackle, 6'10", 330.
Started all 12 games at right tackle last year. Fancher, another 3rd and long here. Jacksonville State brings pressure, and they light Fancher up. The football is out. There goes Jack State. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Emmanuel Oyabadajo off the 2nd turnover. Jacksonville State 6-0.
The blitz came off the left. Fancher didn't see it, and 5, Jaden Nixon, the running back. It looked like he should have slid over and picked up that blitz.
And it was Traquan Fagans, the former UCF Knight, on the blitz, making that first contact, forcing the fumble. And Fancher limping towards the sideline, feeling the impacts of that hit.
And you talk about Fagans playing here at UCF last year. He's got a relationship with Charles Kelly, played for him at Alabama in 22, and boy, that's a great call by defensive coordinator Brian Williams off the edge. So we'll take a look at it along with replay.
Fagans was full speed into the backfield there, unblocked.
Well, let's take a peek if he dipped his head too. Let's see. Oh boy, that's targeting.
Certainly looks like it on first
Yeah,
review.
you can never lead with the crown of your helmet. That top 6 inches at the top, he clearly ducks his head there. That is a foul that can be created by replay. So I believe clearly we have targeting there, but we'll see. I'm not the official and I'm not replay, but Fagans dipped his helmet. You just got to look, see what you hit, man. And it doesn't matter where the contact is with the crown of the helmet. Anywhere on the body, it's targeting. So I believe they're going to take this touchdown off the board. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty for targeting on Fagans. You just got to see what you hit. And that rule, the targeting rule, is put in there for safety as much for the defensive player as the offensive player, because you never want to hit like that because you can hurt your neck. So that's what I see as an analyst. We'll see what replay sees and the officiating crew.
It was 3rd and 18 at the 42.
We had another view that really showed that head dip. You see it there too, but that reverse angle shows, yeah, this is the one right here. Watch the head dip. I mean, yeah, that's...
So it's not helmet to helmet. It doesn't look. Fancher's head snaps back, but as you're saying, that's not what matters there.
He is defenseless because he's in a throwing posture. Yeah. But once you dip your head and use the crown and you launch like that, you have to have an indicator, and that's the launch that he did. And you cannot use the crown of the helmet anyways. I think this is targeting. Now, what they have to figure out is where it's spotted and how, now the change. You got to get all that stuff in order, but clearly targeting. We'll get the call right here.
After further review, there's a personal foul, targeting. Number 3 of the defense. 15-yard penalty is enforced from the previous spot. First down, UCF. By rule, number 3 is disqualified from the game. It's targeting with the crown of the helmet.
How deflating is that for Jacksonville State's and Fagans, who thought he had a huge play against his former team. Oya Badajo in his first collegiate game with Jack State thought he had a touchdown, wipe it off the board.
I mean, I'm old, but growing up in the 80s, we were always taught to bite the football with your face mask. Bite it, meaning keep your head up, and then you want to slide your head across the bow. He doesn't do it.
Now, right after that targeting call, both teams are heading to the locker room. We have a lightning delay here in Orlando. The rain has held off. The lightning in the area. We'll take a quick break. More updates when we come back here at the Bounce House. Welcome back to ESPN Plus. UCF's home opener against Jacksonville State. Couple minutes into the second quarter, no score. Gamecocks in the night. So good to have you with us at the Bounce House alongside Renee Golia. I'm AJ Ricketts. A 2+ hour lightning and storm delay. That's Florida in August, partner. But we've got a good one right here through a quarter plus.
Yeah, you know, they're back. They're warmed up. I'm looking forward to them getting out there and playing, and let's roll.
Here we go. Second quarter, 10:42 to play. New quarterback in for UCF. It's Taven Jackson. So right before the lightning delay, the final play, Traquan Fagans on a blitz, getting to Cam Fancher in the backfield, ejected for targeting, but that's taken Fancher out of the game. Taven Jackson now in at quarterback with Fancher in street clothes.
Yeah, that was a vicious hit he took on that targeting, but now it's opportunity for Taven Jackson to step up.
The transfer from Indiana started his career at Tennessee. On second down, Miles Montgomery continuing his strong first half. 60+ yards now.
Well, he was the one bright spot in that first quarter there for UCF. I thought he ran extremely hard and does right there as well.
An impressive first starts in a UCF uniform. That sets up 3rd and 3, under 10 to play in the first half. Keep riding Montgomery here, falling forward. There's a look at that targeting, that ejected Fagans. Big hit, was nearly a scoop and score, but the play reversed.
Yeah, and it was the right call, clearly led with the crown of the helmet. But unfortunately for UCF, knocked Cam Fancher out of the game, and they're going to go for it here on 4th down, AJ.
Yeah, 4th and 3. The book would certainly say to go for it on this part of the field. 4th and 1, excuse me. Montgomery, the tailback. It's another carry, straight up the guts. And got first down yardage.
And I'm sure offensive line coach Sean Clark, former App State head coach, got after his bunch at halftime. Felt like halftime, the 2-hour and 10-minute break, lightning break, about, hey, we need to control the line of scrimmage. We're doing it at times. We're not being consistent enough.
12 carries, 64 yards now for Montgomery here in the first half, and still plenty of time to play. Jackson off the play fake, has a good pocket, dump it to the flats. Thomas lasso down inside the 30.
Good play on first down, though, for Jackson. Scanned the field, went right to left. It wasn't there. Immediately went to his check down. Good positive pickup, 3-4 yards on first down, but it keeps you on schedule, keeps you ahead of the chains.
How difficult a scenario is this for both sides, Rennie?
Yeah, I just think, 2-hour break. It's almost like starting the game over again, right? But it's truncated because you're out quick. And, for Taven Jackson, I just kind of think like, okay, he wasn't the starter in the beginning, but now there's really not any pressure on him. Just go out there and play.
13th play of the drive. Just a couple of those from Jackson to the outside. Montgomery, first down yardage. Here's Miles Montgomery, one to beat. Montgomery, end zone. UCF scores. There is a flag on the field behind the play. It was a 29-yard run.
Holding, number 62, offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
And that's coming back, the penalty on Jabari Brooks.
Yeah, right there. You're going to see him right there. Just a little grab. turn. It's clearly holding. That's a good call. You just got to, you know, it's hard for Brooks, too, because you want to disengage, but you also know your running back's coming, and you think you're going to get them hit in the backfield. So, but you got to, once you know, that initial hold, boom, you got to let go. You'll be okay, but that's a good call, and that's going to nullify an electric run there by Miles Montgomery.
Backup guard getting caught with the laundry. That negates the touchdown.
And he knew. You saw him point to his chest saying, that's on me.
Stacy Gage now with his first snaps in the backfield. Jackson, another strong pocket. This dumped right across the middle. It's Thomas squeezing in between defenders for another couple of yards. Kylan Fox, I beg your pardon. Tight ends getting first down yardage.
Yeah, and Kylan Fox, you know, is that skinnier tight end, 6'4", 229, that can run. He's a matchup problem. That was a good read by Taven Jackson to get it back to a 3rd and manageable. Didn't try to get it all on 2nd down. It was a good play.
Couple yards here on 3rd down. Jackson sheds the first tackle, cuts inside the hashes. Nice play there on the ground by Taven Jackson as he tries to work himself into this game. Walker Osteen, the tackle.
Yeah, a little zone read there. I actually almost thought he should have given it to the running back. Looked like there was some room on that left side. Watch, he's gonna put it in the belly, but he pulls it. He was reading the man right there, decides I can beat him, pulls it and does, and picks up the first down.
Montgomery back on the field here for UCF. The Knights 71% in the red zone last season, scoring touchdowns. Fresh set of downs here for Jackson.
And that was Aiden Thompson, 35 for Jack State in the backfield. Just couldn't make that play.
6.5 to play in the first half. Out of the pistol, Montgomery shifts to his right. Flag flies. Not much to work with for Montgomery anyway. Trevor Woods there for the stop. See if this might be another flag on that UCF offensive line.
Personal foul, chop block, number 55 and 78, offense. 15-yard penalty, replay first down.
Cameron Kenny and Preston Cushman singled out there.
Yeah, they would have wished it's holding. Watch these two right here. You can't go high and low. They did. It's just enough. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything vicious, but you got a guy engaged high and another one goes low. You're going to get hit with that foul, illegal chop block, and that's a big one. That's a 15-yarder.
3 penalties for 30 yards now on UCF. Making things more difficult in this first drive for Taven Jackson, a former 4-star quarterback. Dad played in the NFL, brothers in the NBA. 1st and 25. Jackson lost the football. This one's loose. Looks like UCF able to recover. It slipped out of the hands.
Yeah, clearly called it a fumble. I mean, Taven Jackson, the ball went out. He didn't have any idea where it was. Let's see if that arm's going forward, the ball's going forward. No, that's a fumble. It clearly went out backwards.
Ruling in the field is an incomplete forward pass, 2nd down.
Paul Rubel fell on top, was first to it. So Jackson looking at his hand like, what happened? Where'd it go?
Yeah, and they ended up...
The ruling an incomplete pass is under further review.
Yeah, to me it looked like a fumble, and I think they had it right originally. You're asking what's the difference? Well, it's yardage, right? Now UCF's going to retain the ball because they recovered the fumble, but it's a yardage issue here. To me, the ball came out when his hand went forward, so it looked like a fumble to me.
Once again, UCF driving the football, and they're finding themselves and going backwards after some sustained success on the drive. Let's another look.
Yeah, great look at it there. To me, as that hand came back, the ball clearly started coming out as that hand went forward, so it's a fumble. But we'll see.
Taven Jackson's played in some big games when he was at Indiana. Started against Washington last year. Big moment right here. If it is a fumble, it'll be a loss of 5 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be a 5-yard difference.
Final couple minutes here of the first half. We've got a 2+ hour lightning delay.
So everyone's going, why are we reviewing this play? It's going to be UCF ball, but listen, 5-yard difference. We'll get it. We'll get it here. What takes time is now you got to make sure the yard markers are correct, clock's correct, all that stuff.
Well, you hope Cam Fancher is going to be okay moving forward. We had a feeling that we were probably going to see more than one UCF quarterback today, but that's certainly not the fashion which we thought that might happen. Cam Fancher in the middle of the screen there in the hood. He took a vicious hit from Fagans, a former UCF player himself.
And we didn't get a definitive injury update.
After further review, the quarterback fumbled the ball. It was recovered by the offense at the 43-yard line. It will be second down at that spot.
UCF team went 4-8 last season after starting 3-0. 3 losses by 6 points or less. Gus Malzahn moving on to Florida State to be the offensive coordinator. That set the stage for Scott Frost to come back to Orlando, trying to do similar kind of things he did in his first stint in 16 and 17. Good fight with Jacksonville State right now, but second and 33. We go on this. Jackson, watch out from behind. He does get it away. Montgomery, who's good as a pass-catching running back, gets a couple of yards. Still a lot of work to do here at third down.
Yeah, and good coverage in the secondary by Jack State. It's long yardage to go to pick up the first down. Force that check down underneath and just come up and make a good tackle.
4 receivers on 3rd and a mile. Jackson, good time. Again, I'll take the check down, but he missed Montgomery on the pass to the sideline, 4th and long.
And you're on that spot of the field where, you would like to go for it, but I mean, it's so long. That's the problem, right? If you're at this spot in the field and it's 4th and 5, 4th and 6, maybe, but not 4th and forever.
Veneri out to punt for the 2nd time today. Dave Glover back to receive for Jacksonville State. Veneri was with Ohio State last year, but did not play. And a little early movement. Starting to see some of those week 1 penalties accumulate.
Yeah.
False start. Number 28 offense. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Coaches talk about playing clean. Very seldom does a team play clean week 1. Those biggest improvements come between game 1, game 2.
Goal line, takes a nice UCF bounce. They kept it out of the end zone. Fantastic work on special teams.
And now they're going to call a touchback.
Did go just over.
So remember, in college football, the rule's different than the NFL. If the ball breaks the plane in the air, it's a touchback, and that's what they're ruling.
Just went over. Valiant effort. Jack State will start at 20. student section braved their way through the lightning and thunderstorms. And a good student crowd still on hand. No score, though. Jacksonville State's a good first-half fight here against UCF. AJ Ricketts, Renee Bullia, glad to have you with us on ESPN+. That UCF drive, partner, 18 plays, 9.5 minutes, but 0 points to show
Nothing to show for it. Got to finish.
Flags before the snap here now on Jacksonville State's, and that looks procedural.
False start. Number 77, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's on Reggie Jackson, the right tackle. 14 plays for just 41 yards for this Jack State offense in the first half. Trying to put something together. You're going to get on the board before they head in the locker room for this condensed halftime. First down, Andrew Paul on his first carry. Swallowed at the line of scrimmage. There's Nigel Lee Kelly in there on the play.
Yeah, Kelly came down from that defensive end spot, but a good job up front, too, beating the block. 55, John Walker. UCF fans ecstatic to have him back. Got hurt last year, but back and ready to go this season.
Walker's one of the highest rated recruits in program history. Paul in the backfield again. Redshirt junior. Spent time at Georgia. Handoff on the sweep. This is Cam Cook, who they are trying to get the ball into space. TCU transfer Lewis Carter with the tackle. Third down.
And you see Cook's got some speed when he turns that corner, but a nice job. That UCF defense, let that sideline be a 12th defender for you. Keep him in 3rd and long here.
Gamecocks 0 for 3 on 3rd downs today. UCF defense looking for a quick 3 and outs. By this offense and Taven Jackson an extra possession before the end of the half. Quick play to the flat, tunnel screen, not much doing. UCF, good lateral quickness in 4th down. Jacksonville State will have to punt.
Yeah, good pursuit by that defensive line, recognizing and reading that tunnel screen, reacting to it, getting out there. Short gain, and that's big John Walker right there, an area kid as well, played at Osceola High School. Good sight for UCF fans right there.
Antoine Jackson, Bradell Richardson back to return. UCF defense led by Alex Grinch gets the job done. Watch out. Second time Knights have nearly got to it. A flag thrown right where that took place. Jackson got by the first level. You're wondering if this is running into the kicker, though.
If you hit the punting foot, it's usually running into the kicker. If you hit that plant foot, it's more dangerous. They're going to go with the 15-yarder, and that's what they're talking about right here.
It's going to be a key differentiator. If it's running into the kicker, it's only 5 yards.
There is no foul for roughing the kicker. The punter was outside the tackle box. The result of the play is first down.
There you have it.
Timeout.
So outside the tackle box, gave up his security, and you can hit him.
Under 3 minutes to play. Taven Jackson's second drive at quarterback when we return. This is close. No flag. No score in Orlando. I believe those are the students who were performing the conga line on the concourse in the pouring rain during the lightning delay. Morale remains high, but the score remains scoreless. There's Dylan Way, the tight ends. First catch of the drive here is Taven Jackson. Going to get in a rhythm. Curtis Perry on the tackle. What are you looking for out of Taven Jackson on this drive?
Just consistency, hit the easy passes. I just think he feels a little rushed in there right now, and that's just a lack of reps. So they got to give him some protection, give him a clean pocket. He's got a strong arm, he can make the throws, but nice little tight end screen to start it. Positive yards on first down. It's a good start.
They get Montgomery involved here before the 2-minute timeout. They do. He cuts back inside, doesn't get any yardage on it. Daryl Prater with the tackle. Jackson had some meaningful moments last year for Indiana. Of course, a great season for the Hoosiers. Stepped in for an injured Curtis Rourke during the third quarter of that Nebraska game. It was a big IU win. Started the Washington game, threw for 124 yards and a touchdown.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Comes in for Cam Fancher here, trying to make a name for himself now. First year in Orlando. 2-minute timeouts. 34 coming up. Big shout out and credit to this crowd that stuck around after the nearly 3-hour delay. No score here after the 2-minute timeouts. Jacksonville State and UCF. 3rd and 4 here for Taven Jackson. Montgomery to his left in pass protection. Got to get it off, he does, but underthrows his intended receiver, 4th down.
And that's where I just, he got a little antsy. The blitz came, the running back did a nice job to step up and pick it up. So Jackson knows, all right, I gotta count here to make a throw, and just kind of short-armed it. And again, when you get quarterbacks that have all the tools like he does, but you just lack the game experience, it's invaluable, right? But he's gaining it tonight.
He's trying to find Waden Charles, the highly talented freshman. No chance for him to make that play. Veneri's 3rd punt of the evening now. Glover stands out his own 10. nearly had Jack State pinned at the 1 last time. This will take a favorable bounce for the Knights. Be down at the 6. Interested how offensive coordinator Clint Trickett will try to finish the half here. We're deep in his own territory. First-year quarterback in the program. Certainly a veteran in the college game, but probably going to play this safe.
Well, the one thing you cannot do, and we see this happen a lot, you can't make a critical error here, right? At the very least, obviously you would love to go down and put points on the board with 1:45, but at the very least, you get to the locker room 0-0.
Interesting numbers here. 38 plays for UCF in this first half. They've had the ball for nearly 19 minutes. Jacksonville State 17 plays for 9 minutes. That's netted 0 points for either side.
Yeah, between the 20s, they've been pretty good, but just cannot finish drives.
Wimsatt design, quarterback run. Gets in between the tackles here for a solid gain on first down out to nearly the 13-yard line. Lewis Carter, the Oklahoma transfer, in on the tackle along with Jaden Williams. Gamecocks with tempo here. Second down, Cook runs into a wall on the right side of that line. Gets out to the 15. Gain of 1.
And remember, under 2 minutes.
Late flag throw here.
Late flag.
Morris Lockett was right by the official when that was thrown.
Yeah. And I was going to say, remember, it's under 2 minutes, so we go back to old timing rules. The clock stops after a first down until the chains are set. And if you get out of bounds, it stops until the snap. But now we have a flag in that linebacker area of UCF, so
Carter went and tapped on Lockett's helmet.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 13 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. UCF has taken a timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff.
Looking for number 13 here.
Right in the middle. Yep. Walk through him right there, and I guess that's what, you know, they kind of call, kind of pushed off and walked through him a little bit.
First foul for unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's a big 15 though.
Not the time for a free 15 here for Jack State. First and 10 off his back foot to Cam Cook with some blockers in front of him. Cam Cook into the open field, stumbling out towards the 50. Big chunk play there for the Gamecocks, gain of 20.
Yeah, Alex Grinch called a blitz there. Clint Trickett had a great call, the screen right behind that blitz. And they're almost at midfield. Good play for Jack State.
Minute 10 left in the first half. Wimsatt, strong throw far side. Out in front of his intended target. It's Pearson Baldwin, the tight end.
And we haven't really talked about Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator for UCF tonight. He's been to a lot of big-time programs, finds himself here with Scott Frost. See if his defense can step up here with 1 minute and 4 left.
Grinch was at Wisconsin last year. Second and 10 as Baldwin motions. Wimsatt has one-on-one coverage on the near side. It's the first target for DeAndre Johnson today, 6'8" wideout who transferred in from Rutgers. He set up third and short.
Good throw, strong throw by Gavin Wimsatt right there.
Johnson and Bellamy on the near side. It's a fun matchup here. 40 seconds left. UCF brings 4. They're going to the far side, over the top. Trying to find Brock Rex Steiner. Too strong on the throw. 4th and a yard.
Yeah, good coverage by DJ Bell there. Was at Memphis last year. Good cover corner.
No hesitation from Jacksonville State. 34 seconds left in the half. Going forward on 4th and 1. Converted their only 4th down today. They have another one here, nearly more. To the 36 is Cam Cook again.
If Cam Cook doesn't get tripped up at the end, he takes that to the house and scores.
Still all 3 timeouts to work with. Give it to Cook again. Now you're going to have to take one
Yeah,
here.
you got to use one right here. Charles Kelly running down the sideline. And what a nice little drive for Jacksonville State.
Timeout. Jacksonville State, their first. It will be 30 seconds. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 24
We'll take a look at this 4th down play.
Thank you.
Jack State gets on line of hurry. Good blocking, just good vision by Cook. And you see right there, he gets tripped, man, he kind of slips a little bit as well. But I like the fact, and you pointed out, AJ, no hesitation from Charles Kelly. They're going for it. You know, their kicker, Ripa, 52, 53-yard range. So they're pretty much in his range to get a shot now if they don't get another yard to get some points and go up and take the lead at halftime. But with 24 seconds left and 2 timeouts, like to get much closer or even try to get it in the end zone here.
Ripa all-conference team last year. And still some timeouts to work with. Jacksonville State wants to be a little more aggressive. Empty set. Wimsatt to the far side. That's caught. Broken tackle. Some extra yardage here for Rex Steiner, making things happen after the catch. Seconds continue to tick off the clock, though. It is a first down. Jacksonville State going to the line instead of calling that second timeout. Wimsatt scanning, quick throw near sideline, caught by his tight end. Baldwin gets out of play. 9, 8, 7 seconds. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, they're going to call a timeout. So the field judge ruled that he got hit. His forward progress was stopped. He went backwards before he went out of bounds, so he wound the clock. He did not give him out of bounds. And that's tough when it happens on your opponent's sideline, because as the head coach across the field, you assume he got out of bounds, cost him a few seconds. So really, probably gonna have to kick the field goal right here. And so you see how he went backwards? That's the right call as a receiver. You just have to have that situational awareness. Baldwin needs to know, got to secure the ball, make the catch, and then fight to get out of bounds, and they would give you out of bounds. That's the right call by the crew. You know, going back to play before, Rex Steiner, the veteran receiver, you know, he put on a lot of muscle. 6'2", 225, 230. It was a good underneath route that he ran. Good catch, very experienced veteran. But a nice drive for Jack State here.
Number 54 can play in the next play.
And there's just too little time in
yeah,
this
you got
junction
5
to put
seconds.
another play.
You got to kick it.
Yeah.
You got to kick it here. And you want to close this drive off with some points. And boy, going at halftime up 3-0, you got to feel pretty good about it.
For as good a kicker as Ripa was last year, this is the range where he struggled.
Yeah.
He was 2 for 5 last season, between 30 and 39 yards. He's going to get off to a good start here from the left hash this season. Backey to hold. This will be from 35. And to give Jacksonville State the lead, heading into the locker room, it's blocked. UCF on special teams, making the play on the final sequence of the first half.
Yeah, it looked like they got great push and penetration right up the middle. You can move that line of scrimmage back a little bit. Cuts the angle down.
It is the end of the first half.
And you just see how the line got pushed back. A lot of hands up there. The big bodies of UCF do a nice job to block that field goal.
No score through 2 quarters. Condensed halftime after the lightning delay. Back here soon on ESPN Plus, the Gamecocks and the Knights.
UCF number 16 is
just about set for second half action here at the Acrisure Bounce House. This is the Big 12 on ESPN. UCF and Jacksonville State. No score through 2 quarters of play. A 2+ hour lightning delay as well. AJ Ricketts, me and Goliath, glad to have you with us on E+. Take a look at some of the stats and numbers from the first half. Boy, UCF had some sustained drives, including a 17-play, 9.5-minute drive that ended up in no points. Jacksonville State just over 100 yards, struggling on third down. Just a disjointed first 2 quarters.
And you got to finish, right? And, you know, and Miles Montgomery had that nice touchdown run, call back on a holding call. I would like to see them try to get him going a little bit more and then get some easy throws, right, for Tavon Jackson. I think got to get his confidence up, give him some nice passes that he can make, but of course, got a series to wait because Jack State will start with the ball here. And they finished the first half with a nice drive, an opportunity for a field goal, but
the 77 yards down the field in 1:45 before Kelly Lawson.
Yeah, I was going to say it was hard to see, but big Kelly Lawson, 6'5", middle linebacker with long arms right up through the middle, got his hands on it.
Andrew Paul and Gabe Glover back to receive for Jacksonville State. Noe Ruelas handling place kicking duties. Let's see if we're privileged for a more offensive second half here, partner.
Can't be much worse, right?
No.
Hope we can only go up.
We'll call it a defensive showcase there in the first half. This is Glover trying to follow some blockers, only able to get out towards the 21. So overall impressions of the Jacksonville State offense, similar to UCF, seeing a finish, sustained drives?
Yeah, it was very similar, right? They had some opportunities. They had some run game going in there. They completed a couple passes, but much like Taven Jackson for Gavin Wimsatt, no quarterback tonight. Even Cam Fancher has gotten into a flow, right? A rhythm where you feel like, okay, they've completed a couple passes. Yeah. They're kind of putting a little stress on the defense. You got to complete a couple passes, get in a little rhythm, and go from there.
Cam Cook has had some bursts out of the backfield, 9 carries for 37 yards, averaging just over 4 yards per carry. We'll jog over next to Wimsatt. 1st and 10 at the 21. Whistles blow the play dead.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That'll particularly drive a coach crazy right out of the halftime locker room.
Start the second half and you get a delay, and that's on Gavin Wimsatt. He knows that. He's got to get that play off. Yeah, just not ideal.
A little too methodical there. Back him up 5, 1st and 15. Looks like the same play call here for Jack State. Cam Cook looking for any sort of space. He's going backwards and then salvages a couple of yards. Nearly disastrous. Winds up the gain of 2.
Oh, I was going to say he did a good job only losing a couple because he probably should have lost 5 or 6, but he fought to get what he could.
Quickly to the line, they faked the screen. Wimsatt had to just throw it deep in the area of Johnson. Incomplete. Well defended by Jaden Bellamy against the 6'8 wideout.
Yeah, Bellamy had good position there. There was a little contact, but Bellamy, he's allowed to be in that position. The receiver runs into him. He's kind of mad because if he could have turned his hips and moved, he could have got an interception there. Played at Syracuse last year, good addition. Gonna hear that a lot. Played somewhere else last year, in all of college football.
A couple FAU and Syracuse transfers on the roster. 0 for 5 on 3rd downs today is Jack State. Flags fly from the near side. Wimsatt shuffles forward, throws on the run. That's caught at the 30. It's a yard short of the 1st down marker after the gain of 12. Caleb Coombs made the catch. Let's see what the call on the field is.
Looks like it's going to be UCF offsides again, so it'd be interesting. You know, should take the 5 and do 3rd down over again, I would imagine.
Offside, number 51 defense. 5-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
Malachi Lawrence, flag there.
And they've done that a couple times. Bottom of the screen, see 51, try to just, you know, those rush ends want to get a good jump and just a little bit too good.
Was nearly top 10 of the Big 12 in sacks last year. His breakout campaign here in 2023 after starting on the scout team, but a mistake right there gives Jack State another chance.
That's 3rd and long again, so he's got a chance to make up for it right here.
The crowd that's remained trying to make some noise. And penalties, 50 yards today on UCF. They need 8. Wimsatt has time. Will dump it off to Cook. Race to the 1st down marker. He's brought down well before it. Braden Marshall making the tackle. UCF's going to get off the field.
Yeah, the veteran nickel, Braden Marshall. It looked like he dumped it off like, oh, there's going to be some running room. He's going to be able to pick this 1st down up. But you see how quick that secondary of UCF closes to the football, showing you their speed. Getting to Cam Cook making this tackle. And there's Kelly Lawson again. Again, 6'4", 6'5", middle linebacker who's at Virginia Tech, can really run for his size.
Jackson and Richardson to return. It's a fake. There's Jack State getting the 1st down on the fake, well in their own side of the field. They're going to get all the way to midfield. Cam Cook rumbling down. How about that call here in the 3rd quarter?
Gotta love it. Charles Kelly again being aggressive. his side of the field. You know, and you don't really have special teams to scout. You see the UCF guys.
Yeah, that's
standing
Shane
up.
Peyton Hodges. I beg your pardon. Wow.
Great call. Excellent run. Now a little momentum with Jack State.
First down at midfield. Nothing there. Christian Lando, first carry of the day.
Big Horace Lockett made that tackle, and he was sure when he got up, he didn't push him or walk through him because he got that 15-yard penalty earlier in the game.
Second and 11. Wimsatt, all sorts of time, fires a dart over the head of Kate Glover. Some zip on that pass. Good protection from the offensive line. Third and long though.
Yeah, gave him some time. Good coverage by the secondary. Had to be a perfect pass. Zipped it a little bit behind, and it goes incomplete. And just like that, we're back to third and long.
Desperate to take advantage of the fake punt here. Defending Conference USA champs, giving UCF a battle here on the road. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Wimsatt steps up in the pocket, facing pressure, brought down. Horace Lockett making up for the penalty. Fourth down and long.
And don't be confused by the 13. I love those big guys in the middle that wear 13. He's 6'6", 355, folks. Just look at that little bull rush in the middle, has his head up. It just says, come to me, Gavin Wimsatt. As Wimsatt steps up in the pocket, he says, I'll take this sack.
So despite the trick play and Hodges getting down the field, Jacksonville State will have to punt again as Cade Backey back on to send it away. And get backed up 5 yards before he gets to do that.
False start, number 35, offense. 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
Combined 10 penalties for 85 yards between the two sides. Short punt. Takes a Jacksonville State hop, and Jackson's going to have to watch it dribble down towards the 21. UCF getting their first crack at it here in the second half on the other side of the break. Horace Lockett making plays along the line. No score. quarter here at the Bounce House. Still scoreless. UCF and Jacksonville States. Start of a fantastic Big 12 slates for the course of the weekend. Tomorrow we got Auburn and Baylor, Georgia Tech, and their fantastic ground game. It's Deion Sanders from Colorado. What catches your eye out of these five?
Well, Nebraska's winning 13-3 at halftime, so Matt Rule, the black shirts of Nebraska, see what kind of season they can have. I think they can turn around. And TCU, North Carolina, right? I think everyone wants to see Bill Belichick.
Yeah. A lot of question marks about how that Carolina team will look this year. Play action, roll out to the right. Jackson facing some pressure. Montgomery's all by himself. A lot of green in front of him. Foot race down the sideline. Montgomery inside the 30, hurling a defender. Miles Montgomery all the way down the sideline. Huge play to start the drive.
And Taven Jackson just showed you how strong his arm is, because he was flat-footed when he threw that ball across the field. Got it to Montgomery, and then you see the speed down that left sideline.
64 yards for Miles Montgomery.
Jackson's going to be in the pocket. He's got a little pressure. He doesn't panic. Flat-footed. Just look at that fling of the arm. And then Montgomery does the rest.
First collegiate start for Montgomery. Now taking it on the ground. Montgomery bouncing to his left. He's in a verve now.
You know, you would think he's tired right after that long run, but man, good running backs say, nope, feed me, give me the ball, go right back to him. There's no doubt Montgomery wants to end this drive in the end zone.
His best game last year was in the season opener, had 77 yards. They're feeding him the rock. Montgomery inside the 5. First and goal.
And I'd keep feeding him if I was Scott Frost. Yeah. You talked about it earlier. He's the head coach, but he's also back to calling plays.
17 carries for 73 yards now for Miles Montgomery. First and goal. Why not? Montgomery shuffles forward. Second and goal.
And we saw it earlier. Jackson's athletic enough to put it in the belly. Zone read, pull it out, and keep it himself around the end. So something to watch for.
Presence of mind to not panic when that defensive end came in his view. Just shuffled left. Like you said, that flat-footed throw, good power. 3 tight end set here. And second and goal. Montgomery remains the tailback. Jackson keeping it, looking for space. Taven Jackson at the goal line, down at the 1. UCF inches away from breaking the deadlock.
Yeah, so they go 13 personnel, those 3 tight ends, and then Jackson keeps it. Montgomery with a lead blocker. +1 there.
Oh, this might be 5 yards the other way. See the frustration from Montgomery as he turned around.
False start. Number 77, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Keegan Smith, the right guard. Another ill-timed penalty for UCF.
And that's where they get a little anxious. I really think they were going to do the tush push. I think they were just going to let Jackson keep it, try to push him from behind, but just Keegan Smith a little too eager there.
6th penalty on UCF now. It's cost them 55 yards. Certainly changes the calculus on 3rd and goal. Looks like it was be pushing Jackson forward. We'll have to be a little more creative here. 8:15 to play, 3rd quarter. Jackson on near side, broken up. Great coverage, Jaheim Jenkins, the senior who transferred in from Eastern Michigan. 4th down, here comes the field goal.
Yeah, Jenkins right on Marcus Burke. Good coverage, right in his hip pocket. Gets that inside hand in there and knocks it away.
Roy Ruelas spent his collegiate career between UConn and James Madison, out for the short chip shot field goal, 24 yards. He's 20 for 21 in his career under 40. Ruelas, clean operation. We have points. Third quarter, 3-0. Charles Kelly still fired up at the defensive stand. With Miles Montgomery continuing to make an impact, though. The senior trying to will his team to a win. Nothing. The screams of joy for a short chip shot field goal were palpable in this stadium.
But I tell you, Charles Kelly, the head coach from Jack State, he was thrilled. 21 years of his 30-plus year career, he was a defensive coordinator. So for him, that's a win. UCF had it down to the 1. They had the false start penalty, backed him up. They were able to keep him out and hold him to 3. So as far as he's concerned, that's a win.
Yeah. 7 plays, 73 yards, just over 3 minutes for UCF, with Jacksonville State holding them to 3 points. Get all of ESPN college football all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Ultimate plan or log in with your TV provider. Glover going to let this one sail into the end zone. As Jacksonville State going to try to rack up some more offense. There's some more details on the app. Launched last week. Get everything there. ECC Network, Big 12, SEC Network, E+. Get it all. ESPN app with the unlimited plan or your TV provider.
If you're a sports junkie, boom, it's right there. It's all in one place.
Gotta have. A lot of sports, not a lot of scoring.
Yeah.
Right now, again, Wimsatt trying to change that. By the way, that first fake punt that Jack State did on the last drive, that was their first since 2013. 12 years since they saw one of those. 65 yards through the air. Wimsatt will keep it, has some space. Wimsatt chopped down. Right. After a gain of 10+.
And they have to start doing this, running Wimsatt a little bit more, because he's athletic, he's got good speed.
Off this time, not as much on first down. So it's 12 years since that last fake punt. When's the last time you think Jack State had a 0-0 game at halftime, right?
2007.
1989. The Division II National Championship game. They were in a dogfight with Mississippi.
I was in high school in '89.
I wasn't.
Great time to be alive.
I was not on the planet
Yeah,
yet.
you weren't born yet. You weren't even thought of.
2nd and 6. Wimsatt fakes the handoff. For any sort of space, that looks disjointed after the fake. 3rd down. This has not been where Jacksonville State has been successful today. 0 for 7. Wimsatt, though, shouldering his way forward past midfield, and at last the Gamecocks have a conversion on 3rd down.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to try to do, just get Wimsatt more in the game as a runner.
Caden Creel into the game. Wimsatt and Creel in the backfield. Creel motions left. They toss it to him. He's going to look to throw. That's complete to Cook, who bobbled it, but does earn the 1st down. Now cuts upfield inside the 30. Well-designed play.
Yeah, and they didn't just sneak Creel in, the backup quarterback, that play. He's been in the last 3 or 4 plays, lining up a wide receiver that time at running back. So UCF should have recognized that.
Now Cook bounces outside. Evades the first defender to the 25. Lewis Carter on the tackle, gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, nice little change up by offensive coordinator Clint Trickett with his play calling in this drive.
Quick screen. Too high for Creel.
Yeah, Wimsatt's got to know, listen, you're throwing it to another quarterback out there. You got to put it right on the numbers. You can't make him jump for it.
This is unconventional.
Yeah.
And you understand, the toss play to the throw is, classic trick play. Now they're throwing screen passes to him.
And Creel, he just ran out, so they don't have to worry about him a double pass now, at least not from him.
It's Rex Steiner and Hamsley at the bottom of the screen now. 3rd and 5. Jacksonville stay 1 for 8 on 3rd downs. Andrew Paul, the tailback, blocking. Wimsatt had it deflected at the line of scrimmage. Now an interesting spot here.
Yeah. Well, we know Ripa's got a pretty strong leg. Obviously had field goal blocked in the first half. But this is it's a little farther. I think he likes the farther out range, so we'll see. But you got to block up front. We talked about Kelly Lawson getting that block before half. So you got to protect up front because there was a good push by UCF in the middle on the last field goal attempt.
And his last one blocked from 35. This will be from 42. Also around the left hash. Off a terrific freshman campaign, and that looks like much more crisp of an operation.
We got a shootout now.
We got more points. Up and down the field they go. 3-3, 3rd quarter. 10-3 our score here at the Bounce House. We are approaching the midnight hour.
I don't think they're going to school tomorrow. I'm just going to go out on
the odds are low.
Yeah.
You know, during that lightning break, after I had some of that mac and cheese spread and some ice cream, I felt like taking a little power nap like that too.
I only ate one hot dog during the break.
Sources are saying otherwise.
Can't prove
Entrenched in the press box.
There's no cameras in there.
Jay Ricketts running in goal. Scott Frost looking on. I asked Scott yesterday, I said, how does this compare to when you got started in 2016 here, the first time around? He said, look, we had some good players in 16, but we weren't as connected a team. We scraped, we clawed to get to win number 6, so we got a way more talented team right now, but we're just going to play a harder schedule.
Yeah, and they're, you know, obviously he takes over a Power 4 program that he helped this school get to that Power 4 conference, and he just said, listen, from top to bottom, our roster's way more talented than when I got here the first time.
Yeah. He said, we're on a similar trajectory. I don't think anybody's going to scare our guys. We're going to have to play well throughout the season. Miles Montgomery's playing well today. 75 rushing yards, 69 through the air.
And Scott Frost, if you listen to him, he always says, success is defined by progress. Right? You got to make progress to succeed. And, you know, the good thing for both teams, though, they moved the ball, and at least they didn't get touchdowns, but they finished the drives off with points, which they couldn't do in the first half.
Jackson on the first play of the drive, sets his feet, fires a strike, caught on the outside. That's DJ Black. Comes in from Limestone College after they shuttered the program. They shuttered the school, was looking for a home. He's found one in Orlando.
Yeah, the coaches are early high on DJ Black. Said he's legit 10-300 guys, got a lot of speed, can stretch the field. He just needs to make catches. Well, he made one right there and picked up a first down.
Had a game in high school where he went for 270 yards and 5 touchdowns. That broke a school record, which was held by Debo Samuel.
It's pretty good.
Gonna make the most of this opportunity here in Orlando. First and 10. Number 5 to play third quarter. Montgomery not gonna get anywhere that time. Miles Butler has him covered from the jump.
Yeah, boy, Miles Butler stepped right up there from that outside linebacker spot. Just read it perfectly, steps up, makes the tackle.
David Jackson came into the quarterback spot after Cam Fancher was injured right before the lightning delay early in the second quarter. 6 for 9 for 102 yards. Off the play fake, now on the near side. Second connection with Black, trying to shake off the initial defender. Dives forward, right around first down yardage. DJ Marcus Burke, I beg your pardon, making the catch, the Florida transfer.
Boy, but he was fighting to get loose, and Jaheim Jenkins was like, I'm not letting you go, because he just felt like if he got out of that one, he was going to take it.
Another catch for Burke. Good pass across the middle of the field. Close to a first down, gain of 9.
And you feel like
Dylan Wade.
Taven Jackson's a little more relaxed, right? Good pocket, clean pocket, gave him time to scan the field, and he throws a strike.
2nd and 1. Looks very composed right now, but then throws it out in front of Dwayne Thomas.
Yeah, right when I give him kudos, right? Yeah. And it's those, I don't want to say that's an easy pass, but that's a high percentage pass to Dwayne Thomas on 2nd and 1. You got to put it on him, right? You got to give him a chance to make the catch and make a play in space.
Knights have been a little more competent on 3rd down tonight. I figure this is a good scenario for Montgomery or Nixon. Montgomery in 75 rushing yards now. They fake it to him, go to the tight end, out of the flat, Dylan Wade, over the top. That might still be 4th down, though.
And they're calling him short. Wade thought he reached the ball out to get the first down, but give a ton of credit to Travis Franklin, number 2, who flew up there from the safety position to make that tackle. Obviously, this is reviewable. We're going to get a look at it right here. He needed to get to the 39-yard line with the ball. Saw that elbow come down. I don't think he got there, but I think he got a little closer, but it's a moot point. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Need a yard on the grounds. Flags fly from the far side.
Well, that false start's actually going to save them because they didn't get it.
False start, number 9.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. They were stopped.
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
It was going to be Jack State ball. That defensive line made the play. Just getting really good push on that left side. And Montgomery didn't get it, so penalty actually helps UCF. It's going to let them punt it away here and not give up the ball at midfield.
How about this Brian Williams-led defensive unit tonight for Jacksonville State? He's in his first season here, coming over from Maryland. They are getting the job done. It's Maneri out to punts. Glover stands at his own 10. Spiraling kick. Fair catch called for at the 16. Look, this is a season of transition for both of these programs. You talk to the staffs that despite the amount of turnover, there's plenty of belief that each of them can be a factor in conference play. Jacksonville State's expectations are to once again get to the Conference USA Championship game. UCF feels they can surprise all those preseason prognostications, but there's starting to be some concern here in this stadium.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Big 12's wide open, but right now for UCF, you got 63 new players, you got a whole new staff once again. You just got to try to win some games, starting with his first one here against a very good Conference USA opponent in Jack State.
Designed run, Wimsatt finds the hole along the right side, brought down by the ankles. Jaden McDonald, Virginia Tech transfer.
And give the offensive line some credit. They're getting some movement. And oh, by the way, we talked about Clint Trick at the offensive coordinator. The offensive line coach is a holdover from Rich Rodriguez's staff. One Rick Trickett, Clint's dad. He's 77 years old. He's been coaching for 49 years. Pretty good offensive line coach.
Got his start in 1976. 10-year run at Florida State recently. There's a nice toss play to the near side. Out across the 40. Cam Cook's making things happen tonight.
Yeah, I love it. They go toss sweep to the short side. They block it up nicely. Cam Cook's able to cut it up to the boundary. Good blocking on the outside. Caleb Combs, number 9. I love it when you see receivers blocking downfield. No block, no rock. That's what the wide receiver coaches will always tell those guys.
First thing Sean Beckton told his UCF side. Game 24 on the play. Wimsatt wants to take a shot near side. Underthrew it a bit. Incomplete. Recksteiner, by the time that was done, nearly came up with it. Solid coverage by DJ Bell.
Yeah. Called Bell's name out a few times tonight. Again, a really good cover corner. That's just perfect coverage by DJ Bell there.
Cam Cook, well over 100 all-purpose yards tonight. Jacksonville State, 2nd and 10 here. And in motion, on the ground, Cook again. Flag flies. DJ Bell on the tackle. Partner, 113 first-half yards for Jacksonville State. They have 100+ here in the third quarter.
Holding, number 54, offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
It's on Bubba Grayson. What have you seen change offensively here in the third quarter?
Well, I think there's a concerted effort out of Jack State to get the run game going and get Wimsatt. When you get the quarterback in it, that's +1, right? So that's an extra blocker you get in the formation when the quarterback is able to keep the ball. So that's really what they've been able to do, and they're getting some movement from that offensive line.
Penalties have come at costly times for both sides. Tunnel screen blown up. Philip Dunham, the FAU transfer, getting into the backfield there. 56 tackles last season.
Man, the coach has said, Dunham, he's a playmaker. He makes plays. Read it, recognize it, and react. Slides in, gets underneath the block. He knew that block was going to come on that screen, but he's able to get in there quickly and make that tackle for a loss.
3rd and a mile. 21 yards to go here for Jack State as the third quarter winds down. Tight, tense game here in Orlando. Let's make our way to the fourth quarter. Wimsatt scrambles, throwing on the run, has an open man in midfield. Recksteiner fumbled the football late though. UCF says they recovered. Was Rex Steiner down first?
Yeah, I think the back judge is going to come in and say he was down. The line judge was going to give it to UCF.
The ruling on the field is that the runner is down short of the line to gain. 4th down.
They needed 21. They got 20 on the final play of the third quarter.
And Kelly Lawson came from behind to make that tackle. Actually knocked him forward almost to the first down, but then the ball looked like it came out, but they called him down.
That is the end of the third quarter.
Hard to tell if that elbow was down first. Take a look. We'll take a break. 3-3 heading into the fourth. We've got ourselves a game at the bounce house. UCF, Jacksonville State. Pair of field goals is all we've got through 3 quarters. Fun finish ahead. ESPN Plus. AJ Ricketts, Rennie Angolia. 4th down, a yard to go. Jacksonville State's 3 for 3 on 4th downs today. No question the decision's here.
Yeah, and I think Wimsatt keeps this ball here. Runs it.
Cook's right next to him. Extends the football. Hands off, it's Paul. Andrew Paul. Looks like he got the yard.
Yeah, he just hit the nose of the football, just had to touch the 45, and it did, so they just picked it up, but they got it.
I've got 2 quarterbacks in there again. Caden Creel, number 12. Keep an eye on him. Alongside Wimsatt. Like Clint Trickett have dialed up this time. To the left of Wimsatt. Put Paul in motion. Ready to give off. Caden Creel on the sweep. A backup quarterback rumbling forward. Carter makes the tackle out of play.
Well, that's one way to keep your backup quarterback happy. You put him in the game, you throw him passes, and you hand him off the ball from running back. Good little speed.
Gain of 14.
Yeah, turned the corner, lowered his shoulder a little bit, gets knocked out of bounds. Good run by Caden Creel.
Seeing him targeted on a screen, that time on the sweep.
Got to see him throw a block out here now.
I don't know if he wants to do that as much. You're asking a lot now. Motion again. It's a reverse. Rex Steiner, one-on-one, lasso down. Great tackle in the open field.
Isaiah Nixon, number 6, the defensive end. I mean, sometimes you can go to the well once too often, right, with these plays, but a good job by Nixon to stay home and to not let Rex Steiner fake him out.
Quickly to the line, though. Paul, another carry. A couple of yards. I'm thoroughly enjoying this offensive drive.
Listen. Change it up, and that's big Andrew Paul. They call him AP. He's the big 220-pounder. And
for the struggles UCF had last year as a team, fourth quarter defense was a strength. They were tied for the second fewest touchdowns allowed in the fourth quarter in all of college football. Only allowed 5. We're going to continue that theme here in the 2025. Jack State needs 6 yards here on third down, which has continued to be an issue in this game. 1 for 10. Wimsatt in the pocket, floats it near side. Paul the reception to the 15. He's hurdling an offender. Jack State down to the 10. Gain of 17 on 3rd and 6.
Yeah, great read by Gavin Wimsatt. Read the defense perfectly. Andrew Paul slides out into that left flat. Wimsatt puts it on him, and it's 1st and goal for the Gamecocks.
It had primarily been Cam Cook involved from that running back spot today, but Paul is coming on strong here in the 4th quarter. Just over 12 minutes to play. Wimsatt hands off. It's Paul again, shaking tackles. Andrew Paul across the goal line. Jacksonville State leads.
The coaches told us Cook and Paul were a great 1-2 punch. We saw a lot of Cook. Well, right now we're starting to see AP Andrew Paul. He picks up the 1st down on the 4th down run, and right there squares those shoulders up, smells the end zone, and does not get denied as he's in for the first score of tonight and the season.
You know, Charles Kelly said he reminds me of some of the running backs in the early 90s, the late 80s in the SEC. He's a 230-pound guy. You keep giving him the rock. The safeties don't want to tackle him. They're giving the rock to number 0. He's finding the end zone. What a drive for Jacksonville State. 11 plays, 84 yards, 7 points. It's 10-3. Andrew Paul in good spirits. He's just put his Jacksonville State side ahead 10-3, fourth quarter on the road. His team 20-point dogs heading into this. They're up by 7. He's got 16 yards on the ground, 17 in the air, but it made quite the impact on that drive.
Well, we talked about like the concerted effort to really establish the run, get your quarterback Gavin Wimsett involved. First half for Jack State, 17 carries, 51 yards, a 3-yard average. The second half, 16 carries, 108 yards, 6.8 a rush. So obviously much better on the ground, and give that offensive line credit as well, doing a good job. And Clint Trickett's calling a nice game, mixing it up with some different plays, some fakes in there, some trick plays, trying to keep that UCF defense off guard.
He boots it away. Jaden Nixon at the 7, searching for a seam out near the 25. Starting to get a little tense now for Scott Frost in this UCF offense. Rennie, what do they need to do here on this drive now down that touchdown?
I think they need to up their tempo, like just change it. You know, you see teams trying to go to a 4-minute pace or even a 2-minute pace. It takes the thinking away a lot of times for the players, especially the quarterback, and just go. So let's up the tempo. Let's have a little sense of urgency. And then, you know, Miles Montgomery, who had a great first half, 4 carries for 12 yards in the second half. Let's get him going a little bit as well.
A huge factor in the first half. We have not called his name as often here since the locker room. Spinning to his right is Jackson. Pursuit is coming, fakes the throw. Dangerous pass, incomplete. There were 2 black jerseys in the area. He was trying to find Dwayne Thomas, second down.
And you know, you roll them out, which is great. You only have 2 receivers for UCF in the pattern, and you had 4 black shirts high and low on them. Just nowhere for Taven Jackson to go. Just tremendous coverage in the secondary for Jacksonville State.
Jackson 9 for 14, 121 yards.
And I should mention, Jack State, 8 new defensive backs, corners specifically, to this team this season. And they're playing excellent.
Montgomery motions, fake to him. Jackson to Thomas, turns to the football, tremendous catch at the 42.
Great throw, back shoulder throw. He had to put it there. The defender was in front of Thomas. He back shoulders it to Jackson. Thomas does a great job adjusting and making the catch.
Gain of 17 on the play. Jackson, good pocket to the flat in Montgomery. On the sideline. A good job there as Aiden Thompson was trying to chase him down to get a few extra yards. There's a flag thrown around the secondary.
And on the other side of the field, way away from the play.
You mentioned the 8 new defensive backs.
There were unsportsmanlike fouls on each team. Number 9 on the offense, number 22 in the defense. The foul's offset. There's a dead ball foul. It will be second down. This is number 9 and number 22's first fouls for unsportsmanlike conduct.
DJ Black and Jaheim Jenkins. We'll get to those DBs in a moment. So here's why Fancher is out on the blitz on a 3rd down play. Former UCF player Traquan Fagans ejected for targeting eventually. Fancher, don't know the extent of the injuries as he was talking with Mackenzie Milton earlier, but that's going to be a storyline moving forward for UCF. 2nd and 8. Jackson brought down. Loss of 6. Chase Alexander getting in the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, I mean, and you just, Jack State sends more than UCF can block because Miles Montgomery can only pick one guy up, but there's more there. It's just a great defensive call by Brian Williams, the defensive coordinator.
Jacksonville State gaining confidence by the play.
Yeah, you could definitely feel the momentum, which was pretty 50-50 throughout this game. It's definitely on Jack State's side now.
Real belief growing for the defending Conference USA champions, though so much of that roster is turned over. Jackson desperate for a 1st down. Across midfield, it is caught. UCF moves the chain. It's the freshman Waden Charles, biggest play of his night.
And the coach said Waden Charles does not play like a true freshman. And how about that throw by Taven Jackson? Big time throw and a big time moment for him.
Scott Frost said he's going to be really good here. Jackson on the option. Tries to shuffle outside. He got by the first defender. Gain of 7 or 8. Critical drive here for UCF, trying to respond to that Jacksonville State touchdown drive. Jackson getting some clarification on the sideline. Cam Fancher, the FAU transfer, started this game, won the 3-man quarterback battle. Watching this one from the sideline here as the proceedings play out. Jackson turns back to his right, wide open tight end, Dylan Wade. There goes Wade. Touchdown Knights. UCF gets the long 3rd down conversion and take advantage with the Dylan Wade touchdown.
Yeah, we saw, we gave credit to Clinton Trickett for Jack State with his play call. And Scott Frost says, I can call some pretty good plays as well. Excellent job to find Dylan Wade sliding out back against the formation. And when we take a look at this replay, 22, Miles Montgomery, right? He's not a prima donna running back. He's out there blocking his tail off, which frees Dylan Wade to go down that sideline for the touchdown.
39 yards from Jackson to Wade. Transferred in from Maryland on the starting tight end spot. 7 plays, 76 yards, 2:25 off the clock. Punch, counter punch. Jackson to Wade. 10-10 at the bounce house. After the 39-yard touchdown from Taven Jackson to Dylan Wade to tie the game at 10. Charles Kelly irate after that last sequence. He wanted a holds called towards the end of that play. Let the official have it here. Here's a look at it.
Yeah, so we have Miles Montgomery now. He's in front. He's good first. The defender turns on him, which is Walker Osteen. He's got a little hold of that left jersey, but honestly, I think it's a good no call. I mean, you could throw a flag there, but I think it's less holding than it is. That's just my opinion in how the game is played. And when the defender usually turns on an offensive player blocking, you normally don't get the call because you're turned away.
That 13 penalties tonight. Charles Kelly really wanted a 14th there, does not get it. It's 10-10. Glover takes this at the 3. Has a lead blocker across the 20. down to the 22.
And I will not go on X because I know every Jack State fan is cursing me right now, but is what it is, my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. Just ask my wife.
We'll confirm. You know, Greg Seitz, the Jack State vice president for athletics, he was on the radio with Jack State about an hour or two ago. He said the success that they've had has made it difficult to schedule teams.
Yeah.
He said Vanderbilt said no. They're going to UCF all they can handle right now.
And Troy in the Sun Belt, which is a few hours away from them in Alabama, they said they can't schedule with them either. So, yeah, it's
this is a solid test for UCF to open their season. Hoping their defense can come through now. Screen pass, 1st and 10. Sandwiched on the outside after a gain of 7. Franklin Barrett's the redshirt freshman out of Raleigh.
I said it earlier in the beginning of the game for UCF fans. This isn't a normal, I'm going to open the game and I'm sure I'm going to win by 40 or 50 points. This is the reigning Conference USA champions. They've had 9 win seasons 3 years in a row.
Wimsatt now 13 for 21. Cam Cook going down to the backfield here. Nigel Kelly, another tackle for loss.
And we haven't called Nigel Kelly's name enough tonight. If you're a UCF fan, he does a good job there, gets off the block and gets that tackle for a loss. I really think he's their top pass rusher off the edge.
His coaching staff again really high on their top 4 or 5 defensive linemen. Kelly, Jackson, Walker, Lawrence. Kelly making a nice play there. Jacksonville State needs 6. What do you look for here?
Yeah, I think just maybe move Wimsatt out, give him a run-pass option.
On the sweep, Rex Steiner searching for any sliver of space, well short of the line to gain. Antoine Jackson harassing him on the outside, 4th down.
So, you go jet sweep with your big receiver. Rex Steiner can run. I don't really know he's known for a speedster on a jet sweep. And you see the pursuit from the white shirts of UCF showing you their speed in the secondary as they get to Rex Steiner, and he really doesn't even get close to turning the corner, and a nice defensive stand there by UCF.
Big 3 and out there for the UCF defense. Backey averaging just under 40 yards per punt. Gets it away. UCF has nearly blocked 2 punts today. One a low one, taking a Jack State bounce. Trickles inside the 30. Huge weekend of college football ahead of us. Of course, headlined by that Texas-Ohio State game, but all across the top 10. Plenty of intriguing matchups to feast on.
If you're a college football fan, you're like a kid in a candy store, right? We start tonight, Thursday, 5 straight days of college football, and look at these week 1 matchups. I mean, Clemson, LSU, Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, Florida State, Notre Dame, Miami. I mean, wow. Just wow.
Some pressure on the Hurricanes and Mario Cristobal after nearly making the playoff last year, but that regular season finale at Syracuse costing them. Can Notre Dame keep that championship pedigree going after reaching the championship last year? 1st and 10. Jackson, another great pocket. Over the top here, complete across midfield. It was almost bobbled and dropped, but Marcus Burke held on for the 1st down.
And that play took an extra count to develop, so give the offensive line credit, because it was a clean pocket for Taven Jackson. He could sit in there, scan it, and make that throw. We'll see the ISO. Burke was in the slot, a little X pattern there. Outside receiver comes inside. Burke goes outside, and a good delivery by Taven Jackson. He's in that rhythm now that I was talking about earlier.
Just ran straight past Caleb Nix. Came in from Clemson. These are the moments now, late into the night. It's been a long evening. Which offensive line can provide more time? Jackson, another clean pocket. Now inside the 30. UCF moving the football. It's gain of 15.
And if you go back to the possession before where they scored the touchdown, remember it was 3rd and 15 and the momentum was with Jack State. And Taven Jackson stepped up and threw a strike for a 1st down. I think that was the throw that got him going, because he looks like he's in a much better rhythm right now.
DJ Black had the reception. I mean, Taven Jackson's really putting together a strong performance now. You look at this stat line. 15 for 20, 239 yards. Going to punctuate it. Montgomery straight up the gut, gain of 3. 6 straight completions, to your point, Rini, with his rhythm right now.
Yeah, again, that's that rhythm. And, you know, a lot of UCF fans thought, okay, this quarterback battle is going to start. They really believed it was going to be Taven Jackson. I think a lot of them were surprised Cam Fancher won the job, but, you know, unfortunately, Fancher gets knocked out on that targeting. Jackson has to step up, and so far here in this second half, he's looked pretty good.
He hasn't been a game manager. He has controlled this performance. Made a name for himself tonight. Still more work to be done here for the Knights. He fakes the run. Oh, watch out here. Brought down in the backfield. Garen Stansberry. Right place, right time.
And Stansberry is one of the guys that actually played at Jack State last year. Just comes off the edge, unblocked, and does a nice job not letting Taven Jackson duck underneath him for the big-time sack for big number 91.
And now UCF on the edge of field goal range here. Jackson, little double pump to the far side. That's caught at the 25. Kylan Fox, the backup tight end, makes the catch. And UCF will trot out the field goal.
But that's what it did, right? It got him into field goal range, right? You didn't. It's 3rd and 17. You're not going to try, to pick it up, but boy, you got a big chunk back, and you made it much more manageable attempt here for your field goal kicker.
Ruelas started his career at UConn. James Madison last year was 16 for 20. He's made one from 24 today. This from 43 to put UCF ahead. Oh, he hooked it. Wide left. Ruelas misses, and Jacksonville State will take over the football with just over 4 minutes to go. Tension rising for the UCF faithful. Gamecock football on the other side. Charles Kelly and Jacksonville State trying to pull off the upset here to start off their 2025 season. 10-10, 4:08 left to play. Evan Wimsatt started this game 8 for 16. He's 5 for 5 since. Got a touchdown drive last time out. Andrew Paul, another carry. He gets out towards the 34. Great gain on 1st and 10. Rennie, this is a Jacksonville State team. They lost their top running back, one of the top rushers in the country. They lost the Conference Player of the Year, Tyler Huff. They bring in a new coaching staff. Even the most optimistic Jacksonville State fans thinking this might still be a year of transition, but maybe Charles Kelly saying not so fast.
Teams take on the persona, the identity of their head coach, and Charles Kelly just blue-collar, gritty, hard-nosed coach, and this is how this team's playing tonight. Gotta love it.
Grinding it out here in what has not been a pretty game. Wimsatt sacked. Pressure coming from all directions.
Yeah, just kind of a jailbreak right here. Nowhere to go. Right up the middle. Wimsatt rightly just goes down, doesn't try to make a play there. Take that sack.
Still a manageable 3rd down. Wimsatt, home run ball far side, throwing it up to Johnson. They got one-on-one coverage with their 6'8" wideout, and he brings it in on 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and we haven't really called his name today. He went up against Damari Henderson, 6 foot tall, but when you're 6'8" with those long arms, that's an advantage. You know, you're gonna put a 50-50 ball up to him every time, and really with his size, it's more like an 80-20 ball. Goes up, high points it, makes the catch, and a big time play for Jack State.
And that clock keeps ticking. Cook into the backfield now for Jacksonville State. 2.5 minutes to play.
Jack State is not in a hurry here. They'd love to run this clock off and have a game winner kick to walk it off.
Cook towards the outside. Swung down after a gain of just 1. The Gamecocks averaging 6.5 yards per carry in the second half. 2nd down.
And I'd let this go to the 2-minute timeout if I'm Jack State.
Well, you're at the 45, Reed. Realistically, 10 or 15 more yards, you're in field goal range for Garrison Ripple.
And at the end of the day, you just want a shot at winning the game. Get into range.
They are not going to snap the ball before the whistle. Jack State is knocking on the door of field goal range. Big plays coming up. 10-10 at the 2-minute timeout in Orlando. Welcome back to the bounce house. 10-10, 2 minutes to go. Jacksonville State driving on UCF here in the season opener for both sides. A.J. Ricketts running in goal. Second down and long here. Jacksonville State just across midfield. And from 9 yards, Wimsatt out in front of Rex Steiner off the fingertips. Third and long upcoming. Jack State 3 for 13 on third down today.
Right, you got to be careful though on a pass like that, right? It gets deflected up and then you throw an interception at this time. Big play here for Jack State and the UCF defense. Be curious if Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator, tries to dial up some pressure to get to Gavin Wimsatt, or if he thinks he can get to him with his 4 down linemen.
Biggest play of the game thus far for the Gamecocks. Pressure coming from the edge. Wimsatt to the far side. I think UCF may have jumped early again, Rennie.
Another free play. They've done that a few times today, and every time that I can remember, Jack State has made them pay.
Offside, number 9, defense. 5-yard penalty, replay third down.
Angelique Kelly had a big tackle for loss a few moments ago, but a bit too anxious there.
Yeah, top of the screen, you see him standing right there, clearly offsides, and it's going to give him a free play here. And 5 yards closer to field goal range.
8 penalties, 65 yards for UCF today. And a second chance at it for Jacksonville State. Wimsatt will hand off. Cook falls forward to the 36. Going to be short by a few inches here.
And we know Charles Kelly's going for this. And they're going to go quick.
4th and inches. They hand off near side. What a tackle made. Where's the spot going to be?
They stopped him.
This looks short. Jaden Williams came flying out of the secondary. Huge stop on 4th down, and it looks like it's UCF football. It is.
And we talked about it earlier. I get tempo. Sometimes you can go too fast for your own good. He bounces it. He looks like he's going to square and go. And just look at this tackle. Ball's in the left hand, elbows down clearly before. Great spot. Wow, Jaden Williams. Game-saving tackle right there.
The co-captain at FAU last year, spent 4 years there. Now at UCF, that's the biggest play of his game. Gives his offense an opportunity. And look, Taven Jackson, he's been the guy today since he came in. You feel he's more than capable of getting this team field goal.
Let's take another look at it, because I think if Cam Cook right here, go straight, don't bounce it. As soon as you see that crease, square those shoulders and go. I know it's easier said than done, but he bounced a little bit. Williams looks like he's shot out of a cannon now. UCF ball with all 3 timeouts left, AJ.
Jackson's completed his last 7 pass attempts for 128 yards and a touchdown. Jackson deep down the field here along the far sideline. Not quite on the same page with DJ Black.
Try to go back shoulder, and that's, there's a lot of timing with a deep back shoulder pass like that, and if you haven't really repped it in practice, it's just time, it's hard to complete those.
Jackson 16 for 22, 249 yards in that 39-yard touchdown to Dylan Wade. How do you approach this defensively, Jerron Williams?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just keep playing. You've played really lights out defensively. You just keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything now, even though there's a minute and 30 left.
Thomas in the slot. 2nd and 10. Jackson, good pocket. Will go near sideline. That's a low throw intended for Dylan Wade. And now there's still a minute 26 on the clock.
Yeah.
Jacksonville State has all 3 timeouts. All of a sudden, there's a lot of pressure riding on this 3rd and 10 for UCF.
And that's where Taven Jackson, you step up in the pocket, you have time. You know you're going to get it to Dylan Wade. You can't throw that low. You got to put it on him. It's going to be a short game, but he's going to get a reception. He's going to get out of bounds. And you're closer to the first down. You just got to complete those passes.
Wade stays in along the left side of the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Jackson keeping it himself. Jackson 1st down and more. Leveled across midfield. Add an extra 15 to it as Trevor Woods hit him high.
And it'll be interesting if they call a personal foul along with targeting. They could call both, or they could just call this targeting, which could get waved off by review. So we'll see what they come up with. But what a run for Taven Jackson.
Got 16 yards before Trevor Woods, who came in from Colorado, Hit him hard.
Now let's remember, a sliding quarterback is a defenseless player.
Immediately.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit with targeting. Number 43, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. The play is under further review.
Remember earlier today, Fagan's ejected. Now Trevor Woods whistle for targeting.
So listen, this verbiage is really important. Let's take a look at it here. They called personal foul with targeting. So even if replay takes the targeting away, that 15 yards still stands. But to me, it looks like we have forcible contact to the head or neck area as he's sliding down with a launch by Trevor Woods. And listen, it's not malicious. I mean, he's just trying to make a play, but those are those hard plays where they're bang, bang, and you can't really fault the defender. And that's the play right there. To me, he's trying to make a football play. And
it's so difficult when the offensive player going down.
I mean, it's clearly targeting. He's got the crown of the helmets in there. He basically hits all the elements of targeting, so he's going to be out. Yeah, and actually, as I look that angle, used crown of the helmet as well. So he hit them all. Defenseless with crown of the helmet. That's kind of the trifecta.
The ruling of targeting is upheld. Number 43 is disqualified.
So after it's all said and done, a gain of 31 yards. Critical right there.
Yeah, and it's going to put him basically in field goal range. And you notice the official said upheld. That's new verbiage this year. Yep. There's no more confirmed or stands. It's either upheld or it's changed.
Fagan's gone. Trevor Woods gone. Larry Preston's been called into much more important action here over the course of the second half. Tyron Taylor, Jaheim Jenkins, Caleb Nix playing larger roles here as this game winds down. But UCF in fantastic position now.
And still have all 3 timeouts left as well. So, I mean, really, the offense play calling is still wide open for Scott Frost. You got a ton of time here.
First and 10 of the 34. Montgomery on the handoff. A quieter second half, but still a fabulous performance in his first starts as a redshirt senior. 20 carries now for 78 yards and timeouts.
And Jack State's going to start using their timeouts. Charles Kelly.
Timeout. Jacksonville State, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:14.
Well, at this point now, with that timeout being used, if you get one first down, if you're UCF, you can control this the rest of the way.
You can walk it off.
State has to prevent first down yardage.
But remember, Ruelas had just pulled one and missed, so you know kickers, man, it's probably in the back of his mind as well. So the pressure.
Flipping momentum as Jacksonville State was just driving down the field, every intention of another huge Florida win. They took down FIU as an FCS team 5 years ago.
Florida
the Hail
State,
Mary at Florida State in 2021, looking for a Power 4 win on the road. They have fought and clawed today in a low-scoring affair, but UCF trying to do what they need to do to get out of this on the right side of things. Montgomery, the tailback to the right of Jackson. 2 yards on first down. And off to him again. Sandwiched between that defensive line. Another timeout here from Jacksonville State. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and just, again, that man right there, Charles Kelly, 35 years in coaching, finally becomes a head coach, and just, you know, defensive coordinator by trade, and his team just has his identity. You see how hard that defense plays, how gritty it is, and they're not letting up.
There's the linebackers and special teams coach on that 2013 national championship team. Coached under Nick Saban for their national title team as well. Look, on both sides for both programs, there are plenty of guys that you can root for. Whether it's Scott Frost's return after the tough time at Nebraska, whether it's Charles Kelly getting his first shot after 35, 40 years as an assistant.
Amazing.
Guys to root for here, both sides of the football. UCF desperate to get the win here before North Carolina A&T next week, and then Bill Belichick and company coming to town in week 3, but their focus right now is on this 3rd and 9. Interesting to see how they approach it here. Jackson under center. Fake to hand off to Montgomery. Jackson, deep shot, middle of the field, wide open man! Touchdown, DJ Black! Scott Frost. What a play call on 3rd and long.
People are thinking, all right, we're playing conservative. We run it on first, we run it on second. We're just trying to nudge it up for field goal range. Good little play fake. You roll Jackson out, and then the speedster, DJ Black, with the post, beats the defender, and an excellent throw by Taven Jackson.
Relis with the PAT. It was no decision to hit the portal for Black. He was forced into that move. His school shut down.
Yeah.
Limestone College trying to figure out where to go. He found his way to the end zone here.
Yeah, this is 10-3 speed here. Good throw by Jackson. And DJ Black is on the other end.
What a call, what a throw. I think going through Taven Jackson's mind.
And the thing that's impressed me most about Taven Jackson today, one, obviously coming off the bench, right, not knowing you're going to play. He's made some bad throws, but he's flushed it, and he's stepped back up, and he's thrown strikes, and he's made plays with his feet as well. Very impressive. And you see, you know, they're cleaning up the ears, got a little cut. He got that on that targeting play, that big hit he took on the run.
Number 16 is now.
Tough kid.
Yeah, that was full speed, helmet to helmet. He gets right back up and puts it on the money there. Jackson in the second half, 13 for 18, 255 yards and a pair of touchdowns. He has made a statement tonight about his role moving forward here.
Becoming the permanent starter, so we'll see what Scott Frost does. But listen, one thing is, though, they scored pretty quick.
Yeah.
There's still 1:03 left. Jack State still has one timeout, so this game is not over.
It's interesting. We'll reflect on this more in a little bit for as a title win as this may possibly be for UCF. I think the fan base is going to feel really good perhaps about what their quarterback situation might be, but there's still work to be done here.
Absolutely.
Glover at his goal line. Let it sail in the end zone. We've seen Jacksonville State move the football quickly. Multiple occasions tonight. No room for error.
Yeah, you got to go now, right? Sense of urgency. You got to go. And if you're UCF defensively, Alex Grinch, your secondary, you cannot get beat over the top. You have to keep stuff in front of you. Let them throw it underneath. Keep it in play. Come up and make sure tackles. Nothing over the top if you're UCF.
Gamecocks operating all night long without Michael Petway. They figure to be one of their top receivers this season. Can they make their way down the field? They need to find the end zone. 75 yards necessary here. 63 seconds to do it. Empty set on first down. Wimsatt, Baldwin on the first throw. Gain of 5, clock runs. Just one timeout left for Jack State.
Because remember, they need a touchdown, not a field goal, so that's exactly what you want to do. Give them that reception, just come up and make the tackle, let this clock run.
Alex Grinch trying to see this one to the finish line for the UCF defense. Wimsatt, pressure coming. Tight window, incomplete as Kelly Lawson was there in coverage, and it's third down.
Yeah, and they got a safety high about 30 yards back. It's not a prevent defense, but they got a deep safety that rotated over. So again, they're not going to let anything go over the top. They're going to force Jack State to throw underneath.
Gamecocks have struggled here all night. 3 for 14 on third down. One timeout to work with. Needs 70 yards. Tight end motions. Wimsatt bobbles to the grass and incomplete. Rex Steiner had it.
And Charles Kelly's going nuts. He thought that should have been targeting. He was jumping around. At first glance, that's just a big time hit on Rex Steiner.
Had him on the slant route. Here's a second look.
And what the defender did at the last minute, he looked up. Okay, because remember, if you're going to get hit with targeting with the crown of the helmet, it's the 6 inches on the very tip of around the helmet. That front part of the helmet is not targeting, so as long as you can look up. And that was a good job there to avoid targeting by Lewis Carter, number 20 for UCF.
R.J. Jackson needed a moment after the play.
The previous play is under review for possible targeting.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with them reviewing it because this is very close. But from what I saw from first view, Lewis Carter was able to get that butt of the head up just enough, but we'll see. We'll get another look at it myself. Again, Jack State fans are sure cursing me. So you see come in, it gets dropped. Now watch, he dips, and then, oh boy. Is he at the end though? Yeah. It was going straight, and then at the end, he kind of popped the head up, and that's so close. So close. Wow. You know, he definitely targets it first with the helmet. And then late, instinctively, he tries to look up to hit him with the front part of the helmet. So
it looked like Rick Steiner had started to relax.
Yeah.
Or come up.
Here, we'll get a good look here.
He's bracing himself.
Yeah, right there, that angle, to me, looks more like targeting. So listen, I can change my opinion too, guys.
Jack State's had 2 go against their way today. They're screaming this has to be.
Yeah, the last angle we saw looked like targeting. It looked like he did not get the head out of the way enough. So I'm gonna stand corrected and say he's gonna get hit with a targeting, and I think Charles Kelly's gonna be happy. That's a big time play.
Yeah, we're getting
it's gonna give him 15. Yeah, it's gonna be confirmed here. Yep.
After further review, it's a personal foul for targeting with the crown of the helmet. Number 20, defense. It's 15 yards, results in an automatic first down. Number 20 is disqualified.
So third ejection today, and
a lot of
some new life for Jack State.
And that's where, as a defender, and listen, I know it's easy. I sit up here and say this stuff, but you just got to get your head to the side.
Yeah.
Got to get your head to the side.
Last look at it here.
And again, I think he tries to look up late, but by the time he does, the crown already hit, you know, and I can't argue with that call at all. I think ultimately it's a good call.
This is still going to be very difficult for the Gamecocks.
Yeah.
Not across midfield, just one timeout to work with it. You know Alex Grinch is calling plays based off that.
But you still got life if you're Jack State.
Instead of 4th and 6, 1st and 10 at the 46. Wimsatt. Strong throw to the outside, incomplete. It looks like for a moment Jaden Bellamy had read that early and would be on his way. They were trying to find Johnson.
And the only thing is for Bellamy, if you jump that and you miss it and it gets caught, he turns and goes down the sideline, you're in trouble. So you got to be careful out there at corner, right?
And Gavin Wimsatt get his team down the field. Former Rutgers and Kentucky man. Earning the starting spot. First game under Charles Kelly for Jacksonville State. Backs against the wall right now, just 31 seconds to work with. Baldwin motions, Wimsatt stepping forward. One-on-one Johnson again, broken up. Jaden Bellamy, one-on-one coverage with DeAndre Johnson makes the play.
Yeah, played right there. Didn't try to jump it, just really good coverage, looking back. Good shape and get that arm up there. And that's, listen, you know, Bellamy's 6'1", but we talked about Johnson 6'8" with those long arms. And UCF Alex Grinch only rushed 3 that time, had 8 back in coverage. I would suspect he's probably going to do that again here at third down.
26 seconds. Gamecocks need 10 yards. Realistically, they need 55. Wimsatt. Go near side. That was closer to DB than anybody on his team. And Jacksonville State's down their last life.
Yeah, just a little confusion there. Wimsatt had 2 receivers, kind of threw it between the 2 of them, and it goes incomplete. And here's your ball game right here.
Wimsatt off his back foot. Intercepted on the far sideline. Who else? He's been the guy on this drive.
Jaden Bellamy.
Jaden Bellamy makes the pick, and that's going to wrap it up for UCF, who will hold on to survive against quite the challenge from Jacksonville State.
It wasn't pretty. We've been waiting for a few of these stats. It's been 2,796 days since Scott Frost last coached at UCF. That was a Peach Bowl win against Auburn. This one's not as glorious as that one. Some people might call it a little ugly tonight, but it's a win. His first game back, and they'll take it.
A lot of the preseason prognostications of this UCF side have them on the back half of the Big 12 again. Scott Frost said, UCF, we've always had a chip on our shoulder mentality. I think that's going to serve our team well this year. They got to fight, and there will continue to be some conversations about what the Knights can achieve this year, but they may have found a quarterback tonight.
Oh, I think so. I think Taven Jackson stepped up. UCF now goes to 10-0 on Thursdays, which is just kind of an odd stat. 300th win in program history. And for Jack State, you do not hang your heads at all. You played so well in this game. You could have easily won it as much as you lost it. Charles Kelly, first game out. They are going to be, again, another very tough team in Conference USA.
10th straight opening night win for UCF. Jackson finishes 17 for 24, 282 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's 14 straight wins for Scott Frost at UCF. Keep an eye on that.
Probably would have liked a little cleaner, but you get out of here with a win and you make your biggest improvement week 1 to week 2.
Our producer, John Wilson, our director, Major Howe. For my partner, Rennie Angolia, I'm AJ Ricketts. UCF 1-0 with Scott Frost back at the helm. First Frost 2.0, a success in Orlando this evening.